It's a
I'm
pain.
well, I'm a radio show. I mean, video, even though it's great,
There we
there we
go.
go. Even though it's great for you cats to be able to have some video, it's not that big of a deal. Um, because truthfully, there's just, I mean, I have enough to do without trying to make a radio station have video. Video is just a luxury to give everybody.
See,
Somebody's at the front door, which means I should have told him to go around.
and leave it to Jacob. He says there's no sound on video.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
We got it, Jacob. Leave it up to you,
Go
Guru.
around, go around.
So,
I don't have, and what sucks is the guy that's coming in, I didn't have his I didn't have Lou's cell phone number. I should have got his cell phone number.
So we were talking before we went live about Turn and Burn, and then you played their commercial. They have an awesome looking Jeep up there. Got a nice
Hey,
price on it.
I'm
too.
gonna kick you right
It's a Jeep.
in your nostrils.
It's a Jeep. It says Jeep across the hood.
Follow the sidewalk. Oh, he is. Well, listen, I'm
And
gonna.
on the back.
Hey, Turn and Burn is selling a Cherokee.
A Jeep Grand
Listen,
Cherokee.
you're labeled a redneck, but am I supposed to call you Stephanie?
You do sometimes.
What? Refer
When
to
I-
you only as a redneck?
Well,
You can't call
both.
a Jeep Cherokee a Jeep. You can't
it
just.
says it on there.
I call
says
you a
Jeep.
dumbass, but am I supposed to label you as one?
You do
can't
label me as
call
one.
a Jeep Cherokee just a Jeep
It's
because
a Grand Cherokee.
it's not
There's a
just-
difference.
you're a grandma.
You're a grandpa.
Technically, I'm a daddy at this point. So here's the point: you can't tell people, "Oh, I'm gonna go buy that Jeep." That is not a Jeep. It may have the label as a Jeep, but that's like saying I'm gonna buy Harley. There's 15 different ones you could be buying. You don't just say I'm gonna go buy a motorcycle. For instance, they're all motorcycles.
Yes, they all have two wheels.
But do I call it? I'm going to buy a motorcycle. I'm trying to tell him to follow the sidewalk, and he's walking around.
We go the other way.
Is he walking
Yeah,
down the grass?
mean-
Okay, there he goes.
I mean, a Honda, you wouldn't label it in the same category.
When he
as
gets
a-
in, he's gonna have a lot to talk about. He's gonna be like, "Really? You got me
Harley.
walking around?" Yeah, but no. Wait, stop. It is not a Jeep. When you
Yes,
say,
it is.
"Oh God Almighty,"
It says Jeep on it.
pick a spot. What size bruise do you want? What size bruise
No
do you want?
bruise. No.
Because I'm gonna pop you with something. This brass bell's gonna leave a circle mark somewhere.
No.
You're gonna look like you got ringworm. I need a telephone book, everybody. Anybody still got one of them things laying around? Because I can hit you with that and it not leave a bruise.
I need a sock and a bar of soap, somebody.
Listen, last time you had a soap on a string and a sock, he was in county lockup. Hey, everybody, hang on just a second.
Oh,
Let me get my guest to
no.
bring my guest in. Everybody, hang on just a second. We're about to have some murder up in this joint with Stephanie. It's a Jeep. No, it's not a Jeep. Everybody, give me just a second. We'll be right back.
I hope he's joking. Travis just said he had a wreck. Yes. Bella.
Yeah, my wife's texting going, somebody's outside. And I thought, man, I should have told him last night. I keep saying I'm going to put a sign up, but then I'm like, do I really want a sign that says that for all the weirdos?
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, just sit right here. Oh, yeah, man. He drove by the other night, and he's like, hey, man, I seen your house the other night. I said, well, you should have stopped. He's like, it's 10:30. Okay, so maybe you shouldn't have stopped. Yeah, next time, stop on your way in. Hey, man, can I get some water? Use the bathroom? I don't want to use the porta-john.
No,
There
he
we go.
seriously
Well, you got a
really-
nice pond outside.
Yeah.
That might help out a little.
Well, yeah, Stephanie takes a bath in it once a month.
No, I take a bath in mine.
You're a pond. Yeah, but you come out with growths like a third eye, like,
Yeah, the green
warts.
slime helps out. It's
That's
really
right.
nice. That's really the
It's similar in her mind. She's like, it's kind of like lava soap.
It's a seaweed bath.
It's a seaweed
bath.
That's
right. Always nice. That's very exotic.
Here, let's go back live.
Exactly.
All right, everybody, we're jumping back in. We had to take just a quick momentary break. I can't. My mouth. I'm tongue twisted because we're still hung on Stephanie in this Jeep.
It is a Jeep.
And then our buddy Lou shows up, and we're making the comment that Stephanie takes a bath in my lake. She says, "No, I take it in my lake." And he brings up the green slime, and I'm like, she's using it as exfoliant. So when I take it and I rub it from each end like a towel between my toes, it takes the stuff out.
It's yummy.
She picks up some of that green slime that's like beef jerky.
Oh,
starts rubbing it on the bottom of her foot. It takes the corns off.
Yes, exactly. It takes the dead skin off.
You just said exactly scares me.
It's like a pumice stone.
Steph, this is Travis. Steph, what kind of ramen noodles is this? It's good, Travis. Just eat it.
It's broccoli ramen noodles.
Travis is like looking at this thing going, am I supposed to spin it with the fork like I do my sketty? So you had no idea what you were walking into.
That's okay.
You've been listening to the show a little bit,
just
though.
making fun of my natural food, spaghetti and everything like that. Hey,
spaghetti.
When you
at least it ain't green.
Yeah. He messaged me. He goes, follow the sidewalk, and I'm like, oh, that's like a bad sign back home. Go that way, over there. It's right over there. Just go there. Just turn in there. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
That could be true. Looking at it,
the two big guys there. Don't worry. It's okay.
Just walk past them slowly.
Don't make eye contact. You'll be all right.
Well, they say that at Stephanie's family reunion too. She walks by her uncle, and all of a sudden, it's kind of like Top Gun. There's two guys singing "You Lost That Love and Feeling"
to each other.
Yes.
See, don't have that problem.
She likes being short though, because while they're passing the potato salad and hiding the salami, they just overlook her.
We just have to kiss the ring. That's all. It's a big difference from north and south. It's
she kisses the ring, but it looks more like a donut ring.
Wait a minute, you said there was donuts. What's wrong here?
No, that was funny yesterday. He types, I need to bring headphones or donuts, and I'm like, dude, if you gotta sit on a donut, I don't need to know. If it's that bad of a week, we don't need to know.
Yeah, a little bit of a pain that took us. You know what I'm talking about.
So we're on this topic. I don't know if you was listening while you were coming in, but so Turn and Burn, one of our sponsors, is selling a Cherokee. Ooh. And Mike types, and this is Mike who has said to us, we've said, Mike, you need to buy an adult car. He's like, I'm buying that convertible 2-seater Beamer. Like, what are they going to wrap you in KY and like drop you into the top of this car? Because you're not going to fit in this car. I said, just be an adult and buy this SUV. So now and I know this is Mike. I know that's his mentality. So he sends me a message, man, I'm going to go buy this Jeep. And I'm thinking, you can't walk my steps.
You're gonna climb,
but you're gonna climb it. Thank you.
Yeah, with the open doors and everything.
Thank you.
MilitaryMike, I'm gonna jump up.
But really, it's a Cherokee.
Yeah.
It's a Grand Cherokee.
Oh, Grand.
Right.
So it's not a Jeep. It's not a fun one.
It's not a real Jeep.
It's not a real Jeep. It's not
a luxury Jeep.
It's not even considered a Jeep just because it has a name on it.
You can't mount a 50 caliber on the back. It's not a Jeep, people.
If you take the top off, you can. If you cut the top off.
Only you rednecks would go buy a perfectly great SUV and try to convertibilize it. Cannibalize it. Rip it to hell.
Yeah, the doors would come off. The tires
Steph, I need
you
to go buy Big Lots and get me some discount cut and grind and kind of wheels. Travis, what is that? It's that disc thing. We got to cut top of the car off.
Some LED lights on the underneath will be good.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like buying a Hummer 3 and thinking that's a real Hummer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
speaking of a Hummer 3.
Oh, no.
So I was looking to buy a Jeep, right? And a real Jeep, by the way, Stephanie.
That is a real Jeep. It says Jeep on it.
We could stamp you with loser, but does that really make you a loser, or just your normal life make you a loser?
Bite me.
So I look at this Hummer 3 and I'm thinking, okay, I can't afford to buy a Jeep right now, but people are practically giving away these Hummer 3s.
Yeah.
So
wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why, right? So I decide to go pull up the comparison of the 2 with the 3. They get the same gas mileage.
Yeah. Was it like 4 miles a gallon?
Well, I think
Maybe 12?
I think the max might be like 11 3/4
With one person in the vehicle.
with
Nothing else.
right.
Can't
So,
even
but
turn
there's
on the radio.
there's no reason the smaller one should get the same gas mileage as the big one.
It's just as heavy, I think.
It's insane.
I remember,
Smaller motor, everything. It's like, why are you getting the same gas
I
mileage?
remember when they first came out with the Hummers. I was in the military when we got them. Like, this is the coolest thing in the world.
The
And then-
twos or the real
The
Hummers?
real Hummers. The
Yes,
real Hummers.
Stephanie, you know what a real Hummer is, not what you did in that Chevelle. A real Hummer.
No, I'm talking when I was in the Army and we trained them and everything. Like, but this is so cool. And they had the flat tire thing where you can drive for 30 miles with and all this good stuff. So cool. And they're like, we practiced them, and you bounce it around these things. Then all of a sudden you saw them outside, and these people had no clue about how. Boy, I wanted to say something bad, that it would be on the road.
Right.
These
Yeah,
are
it's not
not
made
made-
for highways.
Yeah.
And Arnold, he got the Hummer, and everybody wanted the Hummer.
Right.
And it's two different things. It's like buying a jet plane to fly, to DeKalb Airport.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like these dudes that buy I call them the Euro bikes, but it's the dirt bikes with tags and headlights
Enduros.
and So and they want to ride them on I-20.
Mhm.
It's like, you do realize these are maybe great for Helen,
Yes.
and then you ditch off the road for a
Yeah.
few minutes. But I wouldn't want to ride this on I-20 every day. Plus,
No.
with the tires are not very absorbent of your shock. I mean, you're beating yourself to death riding on this bike.
That's right.
And I don't get it. I just don't. And it's funny. The original Hummer,
Mhm.
Porterdale has 2 of them that were donated.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to the guy. I said, man, I sure wish I had one of those, but just for fun down the side of it, it'd be a great eye catcher.
Yeah.
He says, it would be great to drive from your house and park it at your event.
Mhm.
That's
That's
it. He's
That's
like,
it.
you don't want to drive this around town. He says,
No.
on a good day, I might get 8 miles to the gallon.
Oh yeah.
On a good
Yeah.
day.
The amount of gas we would use in the military was amazing.
I just,
Amazing. I don't know.
You know
how we
what
really
gets
won
me is-
wars.
the government pays for the fuel.
Well,
Some of
Yeah.
these big trucks that they show moving vehicles and stuff with the government. I mean, you see some of these big green trucks. You have no idea what they really are for.
Mm.
And they're like, yes, this thing gets a lovely 6 miles to the gallon.
well, that's why
Wow.
they transport them on the back of flatbeds.
Oh,
They
of
don't drive
course.
them to where they have to go
Right.
because you get better gas mileage from the truck
Oh,
and
yeah.
the diesel than actually driving them from here to there. And before that, we had all the old style. We had the pickup trucks and the Jeeps and everything else.
The
and
real Jeeps,
the real
Stephanie.
Jeeps, the cool ones.
The Jeeps that actually made the company Jeep become
yeah.
something.
The ones that patent and
Her and Mike about this damn Jeep. I'm just like, it's a Cherokee,
It's
Stephanie.
a Grand
it's kind of
Cherokee.
cool, but it's like the guys who drive the rice burners.
Yes.
The same thing.
Yeah.
And compared to a Harley,
It's
it's two different worlds.
Well, Steph, there's probably 4 different worlds, but and
Maybe
she's
10.
actually contemplating it in her own mind. How many really is there? So you told me you had some redneck highlights. Is that
Yes.
Does that-
So
like every other redneck in this world? Are you prepared to talk about it?
yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure because most time you say I have it and I can talk about it today, but you mean it like 10.
No, I can talk about it now because I don't have to look nothing up or anything. So
You deciphered it last night.
yeah,
Okay.
because we was eating.
Oh
I
God.
was eating. Where
Did
were
you-
you eating?
Did you find some yellow
Bojangles.
teeth in your yellow corn and it was a little confusing?
I had some
No.
Bojangles.
So we ran out of charcoal last night while we were cooking.
You tell me, God, please tell me you didn't go siphon some unleaded out of the work truck.
No,
Thank you.
instead
'Cause
we,
I visualize that being a thing they
It's
do.
okay. The meat will be fine this way. It's fine.
That's right.
It's just
No,
cooked.
There's no
ins-
skeeters around the grill tonight.
No skaters.
Instead, he went and got some of the wood or some of the trees from around the lake.
Oh,
That
tried
you
to
just
El
cut down.
Natural.
Yes.
That didn't dry out.
Oh no, they've been drying.
They've been drying, but it takes like a year to be dried.
dried out. Yeah.
Well,
They've been drying.
It was raining too, so I mean, it really didn't matter.
That-
I mean, the
Stephanie,
fire
that's-
was hot
Stephanie,
enough.
that's the difference of. Hold on, please, God.
Wow.
Wet on the outside of
And
the
wet on the
tree and
inside.
wet on the inside. That's 2 different versions of
I
drying.
know.
Kind of like every day with you on the show. It's called dying, and it's just 2 different types of dying.
Anyway, so he cut them up and threw them in the fire in the
See my
grill.
facial expression right
I know, right?
God. And that was the best chicken he had ever
Let me
made.
ask you
It was the
something.
best chicken.
It was. I swear,
wait,
it was
let
the
me-
It tasted
best.
like hickory and bugs.
Let me get this right.
It
me-
was smoked.
hold,
that's for
please.
It was
sure.
smoked,
Yeah, you were
It
smoked.
would have been smarter if you smoked something else. Dude, this
Yeah,
chicken is
chicken's
rocking.
awesome.
It's jerky. Yeah, man, it's jerky chicken
That's right.
down Jamaica.
Hey, here's a stupid question though. These trees came from where?
The ground.
The earth, I was about to say.
Where were
Should I
they
say that?
located?
On the ground.
Next to the.
What would be the GPS coordinates for this tree, Stephanie? Where did they
In
come
the backyard.
Oh wow, we're getting there.
from? We're getting closer. We're throwing horseshoes.
You're hot. You're cold.
That's right.
Which way you
Couple,
go?
couple more beers, we might have a dead
You go
ringer.
out the back door and you turn left. I'm
Did
right there.
these trees come from the property line located on the bank of said lake, said three-eyed bass lake?
Yes, but they weren't in the water. They weren't in the water.
What?
They were on the bank.
Where's water go, Stephanie? On the ground, right? Where'd the
Yep.
trees come from? On the ground. Where'd the roots for the trees go? In the ground. Where does the roots get
It's
the
the
water that they're
top of
drinking?
'em.
Probably the pond where the
Where we
three-eyed
go.
lake comes from. What wood did you cook? The wood that came from the three-eyed lake
And
pond.
it was good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Just for Fun Radio. Don't take anything seriously that they're saying to each other. They're just trying to fill time at this time.
I
Thank
just
you.
have to consider the fact that you say, I won't swim in this lake. I won't
But I'll
eat.
eat from the trees
That's
that are
right.
in the lake.
I won't eat no fish from it.
But the trees are fine.
That's right.
Well, I don't know. It depends on if the tree's big. I mean, if the fish is big enough.
Oh, I don't eat fish.
It doesn't matter
See-
if it has three eyes, right?
I don't eat fish down here unless it's, like you get like salmon and stuff like that. And it's like, where do they catch it? Where does
Right.
it come from? It's like getting shrimp and everything else. I rather wait till I get somewhere where they actually get it from. I don't
Right.
want it frozen. It's like calamari. I'm not eating calamari here. Okay, they don't.
Yeah,
get
because
it
we're
from
in
here.
Georgia.
Yeah, exactly.
Duh.
It's like getting mahi. Where'd you get that from?
That's right.
Yeah,
no.
I love, and I shouldn't pick, but there's a little blue building right up the road from us that sells seafood. And I love when I
Yeah.
see fresh.
Oh yeah, it's fresh.
This ain't Krispy Kreme.
Flash frozen.
There's not a
fresh.
light on that says fresh, hot out of the oven. We know that there's no possible way when you use the word fresh, it has to mean within a week.
Fresh to me. I just called it.
I mean, fresh to me
Yeah.
means the dude in
Yeah,
Destin.
It just died,
Exactly.
people.
That's right. The dude in Destin, Florida, and just pulled up to the boat and had a cooler and said, "Hey, do you want this?" Sure, dude. That's
It's like
fresh.
Forrest Gump fresh. That's what I want. The
Oh,
shrimp
my
that came
God.
right off of there. Ain't
Yeah.
no shrimp, Lieutenant Dan.
I get blown away because there's no possible way. Oh, and here's a good for instance. You're in the Loganville area, right?
Oh yeah.
So there's a restaurant called Tokyo that's
Yes.
in Monroe,
Mhm.
Conyers, and Stockbridge.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know there was one in Stockbridge.
Well, in the order that I just said it,
Mhm.
it's kind of the order of quality.
Yeah, but I thought Chinese
Ah.
restaurants, the health form right there tells you the numbers. The lower the number, the better it tastes.
No.
Yeah,
mm-mm.
that's what I was always taught.
Mm-mm.
Because
Welcome to Georgia.
go
That
to-
might work in a
well,
country
you go down
restaurant.
you go down Buford Highway. You've
Might
been down
work for
Buford Highway,
rats.
and you go towards the Korean barbecues and everything
Mhm.
like that. And you want to go to the hole in the wall.
yeah,
Because that
but-
actually is where it tastes good.
yeah, but the problem is that same hole in the wall is the same hole that rat came through.
That's
cooked.
right. But rat is good when it's
If it's done
No.
prepared
with
right.
teriyaki. You know, it's yummy.
It's
That's
but
why there's no cats around.
that's exactly right. The thing too is the Monroe Tokyo
I hate
is
cats.
friggin' awesome.
Yes.
You can tell the difference if you go get your sushi there and get your sushi in Conyers. You can tell the difference. I mean, you really can see the quality
Or
difference.
your sushi from the gas station.
Well,
Well,
and-
it's always yummy.
Well,
It's
Stockbridge
good for you.
is
If you want to clean out the system,
Right.
that's where you go.
and Stockbridge is kind of like if you buy it from like a grocery store. It's
Yes.
already been prepared for a few
Publix.
days.
Yeah, Publix.
And
Few
what if-
days.
Yeah.
Which is again not good for.
There's an
sushi.
expiration date on your sushi for 7 days. It's like, wait a minute, how can that be fresh cut?
It's fresh, but keep frozen.
Right. It's fresh cut from and if it's good for 7 days,
Yeah.
after it's fresh cut
Yeah.
from fresh fish that's like a month old.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it's a super fresh.
It's like cold cuts.
Mm. And
Steph
what
is
about
so
buying-
lost.
what
She wants to
about-
jump in her Jeep and go get some Korean food.
What about buying sushi from BJ's?
Ah.
They actually have a whole section.
I just don't trust it. I'm sorry.
I know, because you don't know how long it's been sitting there.
I
Yeah,
worked-
it might be on ice and
I worked
all
for
that,
Costco's
but-
before they turned into BJ's years
Mhm.
ago. Like, good. almost 20 years ago, and really do not want certain things.
So you like have firsthand
I'm not
knowledge.
a member of BJ's or any of those places.
Well, Stephanie is.
It's good to buy toilet paper.
Yes.
And all the big stuff.
And the dry goods.
And the dry goods. But you really don't want the
cereal
meat. Or, stuff that's packaged where they don't package where they're.
But the meats.
So
hey,
you're
if it's cheap,
yeah.
If it's cheap, you're eventually gonna die. So why not enjoy yourself?
Well, she would rather go get the dollar steaks at the dollar store.
Heck yeah, man! They got at Dollar General. They got these burgers there that are so good, but they're cheaper than cheap, and you wonder if it's actually meat.
No, this is at the actual
Horse.
dollar
Hey,
store. The dollar
Dollar General?
Tree.
Dollar
the
Tree.
dollar- the Dollar
Everything's
Tree.
a dollar.
Yes.
Yes, that's the best.
Their steaks.
My wife, we
$1.
came down here. It was like 12 years ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, tell everybody how you even ended up here, by the way. This is our guest, Lou. He's been listening to the show.
Oh, I love this show. We had a good time. Met you guys over in one of the fairs over in downtown Conyers, and I was like, oh, what is this? And I had to listen to it. It was really cool. So,
and then after like an hour, you go, damn, I can't get that hour back.
You're sucked in the black hole.
You know, it's better than listening to political radio sometimes.
Oh, God,
it's just as stupid and crazy, which is addicting.
And at least with us, we go ahead and tell you in the beginning, don't take this serious. This is all BS and like sitting on the front porch with your cousins drinking beer. In her case, it'd be like sitting on the front porch making out with your cousin. But, you know, it's still, it's not worth anything.
And eating wood, you know, the smoked wood from a pond that you won't even eat fish from.
That's right.
Yes.
So we had friends that lived down here. And my wife and this young girl, Michelle, hi, Donna. And they were best friends. And they were saying, we're going to move down to Georgia. We're going to come down here when our oldest son, Mike, graduated high school. So we finally graduated high school. And we said, okay, Mike, we're leaving. Goodbye. You can go wherever you want. Go to college. We'll see you. We're going to be down in Georgia. Came down here because they own 2 homes and we're bankrupt. We're like, heck, if you can own 2 homes and be bankrupt down in Georgia, it's better than, you know, living in a space this big that's in your basement for $1,500 a month. So we moved down here with no jobs and $1,000 in our pockets. A prayer.
Man, you're already ahead of Stephanie.
Yeah. A prayer.
You're drunk.
Did you see that? She was talking about this IQ. So we came down here hoping a prayer, literally no jobs, literally. So finally got a job, and I've always been a DJ just like you. Went to school for broadcasting and everything else, but I did mobile DJing. So thought I had to retire, and got a job down here with the company and been working with them ever since. And it's just a hope and a prayer. Georgia's great. Love Georgia. I mean, I miss Brooklyn. I miss the good pizza. I miss the gabagol and the, all the good stuff. Being able to walk places.
Yeah, I was going to say the walk places probably changes things.
Yeah, no, you can't walk anywhere. You walk outside and you walk back inside. They're making fun of me with messages over there.
So, no, actually,
no. This is a compliment.
You, but finally, a funny Italian in that chair.
Hey,
because Mike's always, I'm gonna tell you, and now they're at least saying, hey, at least there's a funny one in the chair.
When we got militarymike, and we
Mike, forward all hate mail to the world according to Mike, and see how long it takes for that chump to answer the messages.
That's right. So when we came down here, friends of ours, they moved like a couple of years later, and they moved down to Florida. So we were stuck by ourselves down here. Like, what the heck? I ain't flying to Florida. I like going for like 2 weeks. I need to come back because Florida is.
Yeah, it's too hot down there.
Well, you think you come to when you're from New York and you come here and you think you go to Redneck,
right?
Then go down to Florida.
Yeah.
This is actually
different.
It's like higher IQ. It's like it's always the weird stories in Florida of those people, except unless they live in like Minnesota, of the weird people doing weird things are in Florida. So it's a beautiful place down here. We really love living down here.
You go visit.
Yes, well, my father lives in Tampa, and we'll just visit there for a week. We'll go to Disney, which is always a nice thing because it's not really Florida; it's Disney,
right?
And so New York was just a place where we're getting overtaxed. You want to talk about tax?
Oh my God, dude! I hear stories, dude. I mean, I've heard people tell me back before I completely went to just full-time DJ. I was still doing remodel of houses and stuff, and I'd went into this house, and it's a new house. It's just a tiny house, and these guys, I don't want to call them poor, but you could just tell they really had no money. And I kind of made the comment about, y'all, they're not working. But there's 3 brand new BMWs in the driveway, and I'm kind of like,
Democrat.
how did how is this kind of happening here? Like y'all are in here with a new TV playing Xbox, got no jobs,
Tattoos up and down the arm,
and cars. Well, apparently in New York, they owned a piece of crap house. Here it may be worth $18,000.
Oh, there it's like 400 grand.
Then that's what they did.
Well, that's what people
they
do.
sold it. It took all the money and came down here, and they're just living like kings until they run out of money.
Until you run out of money.
And I'm just like 3 brand new Beamers in the driveway, big screen, they're Xboxing it.
That's the way it is.
Oh my God.
A small shack goes for a lot. My brother-in-law bought a $400,000 house where he still had to put $150,000 into it to live.
Good God.
Think about that. Think what you could buy with 400 grand here in Georgia now.
Not counting the fix for 150,000.
No. Yeah. Well,
you
figure what you could buy. We bought our house for 160, and you
could
live into it, even though we've totally destroyed it since then. But that's another story for another day. But the taxes, like how much do you pay property taxes for a year here?
This year, I think it's like $1,250.
Okay, that's a month.
Holy cow!
Yeah, that's a month.
And you don't have a lot of land up there.
You get a quarter acre if you're lucky. We lived on a quarter acre, and we thought we had a lot of property because we had a backyard and a side yard, and there's room to run around.
Yeah.
And we thought that was a lot. Then I came down here, I bought 2 acres.
Right.
I was like, I could fit like 12 houses.
That's
on
right.
this property.
Yeah.
My wife likes our backyard because there's trees and everything, and she feels like she goes into her own park.
Oh yeah.
And our neighbors so far away from each other. We have more property in between neighbors, and down here you're a little closer. Where you heard your neighbor arguing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh well, someone's on the bottle today.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the house.
You could smell what they're eating and everything else.
That's their neighborhood.
Yeah.
No, that's the old neighborhood.
Trust me, you have a lake in the backyard now. If y'all get drunk, you've already told me before when you go, crank us some 80s, we're in the backyard grilling. And it's 11.
Come on down.
That's right. It's 11 o'clock. They're like, we're blasting. I want some candy across the lake.
They're out there on their back
On their
porch,
pipes. They're out there on their pipes.
and they're swimming in their pool,
Dude, man.
listening to just for fun radio.
How big of
as we're
a pool
blasting.
could they have?
I don't know how big their pool is. I just see a piece of it like comes out on the side of the
A piece
house.
of the pool.
That's called
I
a
I've never heard of it.
55-gallon drum, Stephanie.
No, that's what we have.
Okay,
No, I
okay.
just see like a corner
Are
of the
you seeing
pool.
this?
All right, look, let me shoot out the commercial real quick. It's at that 8 o'clock hour. Everybody hang tight. Stephanie all she's got to do is just open her mouth. That's all
Just
she's
for
got to
fun
do. We'll be
radio.
right back. Golly, this is just too funny. Forgive my bad.
It's life.
Started looking at solar.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, idea of it is so simple because it incubates just like say you leave a kid in the car.
Yeah. Well, the solar heaters are nice, but I want to go into a pool that's not overly hot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I gotta be.
You want to go in, you want to go, oh my God, it's perfect.
And I don't need it now,
Mm.
but I know because we longer to get the pool up. I know we're gonna want as much time in it as possible. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it done because like one of the days last week when it gets into the 90s, the water's
Mhm.
all day, even till 11 o'clock at night. But then one of the days where it only got up to like, I don't know, 86, it was a touch bit cooler. So that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to make this work and turn this on, use it,
We
for
used to have an
free.
old solar cover that you put on the pool.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to
Yeah,
decide
that's
on.
different.
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about buying one of those. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Springtime, that's my plan.
Well, it was a cover. You stopped everything from coming into it.
So we're going to order just a regular cover to try to get through the winter. Have the solar cover. I mean, heck, I've already enjoyed it, so far. And then I've gotten lucky because I only got about $1,000 in it. One of my buddies is like, hey man, I heard you say you want a pool. You have this.
We don't have room for a pool in my backyard.
You have
There's
2
all
acres.
trees. And then you have the only open spot is where the septic goes. It's like, well, I can't put the pool on
Oh,
top of the
Hey,
septic.
hey,
So then you
hey.
think,
That's
okay.
our cement pond, dude.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
yeah.
Is that a brown fun noodle? I've never seen the color brown.
That's where we get the extra stuff to cook our food. The extra fuel.
Throw that logger on there.
Yeah, man. It's only browned.
For a few seconds.
Travis got a ticket for following too close.
Because he rear-ended somebody.
Yeah.
He's in Georgia.
And then
That's
he
awesome.
said, I didn't think you could get a ticket on private property. And I've always told
Wait a
him,
minute.
yes,
where
you
did he hit?
can.
Wait. Where
He
did
was at Quick Trip.
That's a catch-22 because it is private property. It's
But
not.
you can still get a ticket for if you have a wreck on it.
No, not really.
They gave him a ticket
Not
for following
really.
too close.
It's like Walmart. If you bump somebody at Walmart, you get a report, but you might not get a ticket. This ticket might very well be thrown out of court because it is private property. It's not county property.
No, but yeah. Following too close.
Tell him to not just pay the ticket to go to court and at least get it reducted.
You're reducted.
I've been hanging out with y'all.
Redundant.
I went to
Redundant.
Georgia. I went to UGA.
Bang head here. So, yeah, most likely. Where's he at? What part of town?
Let me.
This would be funnier if we keep it for the air.
Yeah, that's what we usually do. She'll
Well, I
start to tell
don't
me.
kn-
She'll
I
start
don't-
to tell me something. Well, we don't say Travis, just say a person. You know. But
A
half the
yeah.
time she'll start talking at the beginning of the show, and I go, save
Yeah, save it.
I don't know how much you caught with it, but right before, and she said, "I'm pretty loud."
I don't even
You got
remember.
the, you got the balloon knot going out there.
Where the hell did that come from? And how do you know you have a pretty bow? Like, that's kind of disgusting.
They got mirrors that go around.
That's what we
They got
said.
mirrors that
I
you can
told her, I
see.
said, your arms are too short to do this. So, how did you
She
figure
done
that
been
out?
told.
I
She
went
done
to
been
the
told.
convenience
Yes.
store and I picked up that roll of like 9 little chocolate donuts.
Mm.
So I held it like that to the kitchen sent it.
There you go. That's a pretty. That look like yours, Missy.
He's in Decatur,
Indicator.
over there by Market Square. Are you hearing me? Probably not.
He's cleaning his butthole.
No, there's no pooping in the studio bathroom.
That one you can use. This one.
Yes, no. Good one. Just run up there. Oh, I get crystal break.
Just run upstairs. Oh
But
yeah,
he's
okay.
in-
I'll
What do
just
you want?
get a weird guy.
Coffee or something?
Yeah, a little bit of coffee
Yeah.
or water, something like that.
Decatur.
And we're back. This is the part of we need to play Ask the Popo.
Yes. Ask
Um,
the
So I
Popo.
need to I'm gonna text no. And he might not have an answer, but we'll find somebody.
Don't we have some of our Popo listening?
Well, I mean,
Maybe?
you would think when I said that stuff that if somebody's listening, they're gonna text us. Is the point?
Well, if there's any Popo
Thanks for
out
playing.
there listening, text Scotty.
Cops up north and down here are two different people. We were always told to worry about the cops with the mirrored sunglasses coming down here with the New York license plate. Oh, they wanted to pull you over. Yeah. We were told get rid of the New York license plate now. As soon as you get into town, you know. And up north, it's like, hey, what are you doing? You know, you're speeding. You shouldn't be doing that. Down here, sir, you know you're going over the speed limit.
Get
Now
out.
your
let me
license
search
and
your car.
registration. You've been
Yeah.
smoking. You from New York? You steal something?
Yeah.
You hiding something in
You
that
hiding
car?
something? Why are you down here, son? You going to Florida?
Yeah.
You know?
Nowadays, it's if you ride, if you're riding, it's God. This is gonna sound so stereotypic.
Is anybody listening? If you are texting
Nowadays, it's
DJ
like
Scottie.
if your car's too hot looking for you,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
or if your car is too ratty looking for you.
Wait a minute. Do you see all that? Are you supposed to be in the neighborhood?
Like if Stephanie drives by in her Blazer, they don't stop her.
No.
If I was to drive by in her Blazer, they'd be like, something ain't right.
Yeah, he's down here. For
He's
something.
rolling dirty. He's got something.
Just rolling.
I mean, he's just something. So it's
Oh,
just
they
kind of
roast
funny.
their
That'd be like if I drove by in like an 86 Capri with 30s on it,
Oh, that's nice.
I guarantee I'd be stopped.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they would just be like, car theft or he's trafficking. It's one of the two. You know what's so funny is I have a friend, and everybody's gonna hate me for saying this, but I have a friend.
He has friends.
I haven't seen him in years. Let's word it this way.
'Cause he's
But
down
one
here in
time,
Flushing.
he was a canine officer at the time, and he says, I know it's called profiling, but every time I see something bigger than 21-inch rims, I pull it over. And I go, dude. He's like, but I always get them. I'm like, how does that actually sound in your head? He says, and when he's a canine cop, right? He says, so every time I go to the window and I say, can I see your license? He says, at that moment, my dog is almost like Scooby-Doo. Ooh, 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 ooh. And he says, I always get them. And I'm like, but isn't that profiling? And he says, it would be if I wasn't getting them. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. So if anybody drives by with chrome rims bigger than 21 inches, you automatically pull them over. Yep, I do. And I'm just like, okay. Thank God his record. I mean, he's better than a boxer at this point. He always has something. But he says he always finds either a pipe with residue in it or they actually are in possession of. And he says it's really funny when they have like a bunch in the trunk. And he's like, I need to search your trunk. My dog is throwing signal that you are carrying. No, there's nothing back there.
See, now what's
the dog doing then?
What's the law there? See, that's the funny thing. Is like you can say no, and then they're
gonna
pull you
do it
over for
anyway.
Yeah, they're
suspicion.
gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, that's where the law is. You always see those people on Facebook. You just hang out this thing. I know and here's my license. And you don't talk to the cop.
Oh yeah,
But then that ticks them off a little bit more.
for trouble.
Yeah, like
If you have nothing to hide, then you have
I got
nothing
nothing to hide.
You know, that's me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even keep a good stereo in my car anymore. It's not the 80s. You know, if you want,
It's what came with the car.
That's right. It's what came
My
with the car.
2007 Mitsubishi. That's exactly what's there.
That's right.
Oh,
You're not busting. I don't want you busting my window when the window
Right.
costs more
More
than the radio.
I had to upgrade mine because it was a tape deck.
Wait, you had to upgrade your car? Because that's a lie.
No,
She updated
No,
forget the
I-
car. She had to
I
update the radio.
upgraded. I
I
put
updated
She had a
fresh
the
tape deck.
radio.
She had a tape deck. But
I
you could have
upgraded.
you
There's
could have bought
fresh
the
duct
adapter.
tape.
You could have bought the tape deck adapter and plugged it
No,
into.
that didn't even work.
Oh,
and
that
then
didn't work.
if you turned it up, the speakers would crack. So
that
I
means
had
your
to-
speakers are blown.
Has nothing to do with the
I know,
radio.
But it was
Welcome to my world.
Deal. It was a deal. It was $99 for the four speakers and the radio.
And
so
you
I
get
could
nuggets
pass
with it.
up. Yes. Yeah.
At Walmart.
I
ladies
know
and
I'm fixing to say
Yeah, it
this.
was at Walmart.
I know I'm fixing to say this, and this is gonna apply to her husband, which is so funny because this is the same guy that
I'm sure
that
he's a nice guy, and I never met him. He's probably
Yeah.
bigger than me. and I
he
don't
has.
wanna make
He
fun
had
of him.
like one stereo on his carport and like 30 friggin' speakers. And what people don't realize is if the stereo only can put out 100 watts,
yeah, 50 speakers ain't gonna cover
it's
it.
not going to change
No,
anything.
no,
It's surround sound. Well, that's because you're standing in the middle of 50 circles.
Scott, you understand? Okay, so you put two speakers up. You're doing an event.
Yeah.
Okay, for 150 people.
Right.
That's good.
Right.
For 2,000 people, that's bad.
That's right.
Think of it that way.
Right.
You know,
And I
two
can't-
speakers.
But
work for a
here's what
certain
I was
amount
going
of
to say.
people.
So for $99, you get 4 speakers and a
Mhm.
stereo.
Mhm.
You could have 6 speakers, and it's not going to change the quality of that stereo.
you pay what you
It
get
came
for
with
people.
it.
It's like,
It was
Stephanie,
a set.
Stephanie, pay attention to these words that come out of my mouth.
No, it sounds good. Shut up.
I'm going to give you 4 speakers to convince you that this piece of
That is
crap
better.
stereo
That is better,
is
yeah.
worth buying.
and there's a sub. There's a
That's
little
right.
sub that you get with it.
And if you act now,
did
we'll
get the
send
sub.
you an extra order of OxyClean.
And it's
But
But just
Pioneer.
wait.
Just wait.
The Ginsu 3000 comes with it.
It's a Pioneer stereo.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's Pioneer, Sony.
If they have to give
And
you
it
speakers to
Changes
convince,
colors.
if they have to give you something to
changes
convince
color.
you to buy
It
it.
done pretty got LEDs inside.
it
It's
does.
gorgeous.
It changes.
I hate to do this, Travis. I love you, but I hate to do this.
He
so-
didn't pick it out. I did.
No. So Travis,
He just put it in.
that's his first problem right there. Is he put it in? There's his
Yeah,
first problem.
there you go.
Here's your sign.
Hey, he did good.
On what?
He
Putting
done did
it
good,
in.
ladies and gentlemen.
I bet he's begging to argue that statement right now, Stephanie. So
What would militarymike say about this?
So Travis hits me up and says, "Hey man, there's this 2,000-watt stereo I'm gonna buy. You know, it's real cool. It's got this feature when you turn the speakers on, it has disco lights in it."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, every quality DJ product I've ever
That
bought
had lights in the
comes with
speakers.
LED lights
inside the
inside
speaker.
the speaker.
Newmark just came out with those.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christmas trees have flashy lights on them.
Uh-huh.
I like Christmas.
DJ equipment doesn't.
Well, mix.
My
Beautiful
stereo
mixer.
is not a DJ equipment.
A
It's
stereo is a stereo, which is
Uh,
DJ equipment is the same thing as sound equipment, just used for a different reason.
No, I
You're
mean
talking
the
into stereo
radio, the
equipment
car
right now.
radio.
Putting flashy lights on stuff don't make it better.
It just make
Yes,
it redneck.
does.
didn't make it redneck.
Charlie-
It'd be good to go down to the race with. This is how I catch my women with the flashy lights.
I mean, I'm putting flashy.
Exactly.
Listen, I'm putting flashy LED lights on the back of my bike for stop reasons, so that when I hit the brakes, people know to back off my bike.
I got flashing
I'm
lights
not-
on my stereo on my radio so I can see it.
I got flashy lights on my toilet for
'Cause
the middle of the night.
Because you can't see your stereo.
Oh, they got a toilet
I
light,
know
by
they
the way.
do. Did you see the? There's a seat.
Did you see your
Hold
eyebrows?
on, wait a minute. There's a seat. I saw this. Has to be true. It's on Facebook. I saw this. Where
I
you
saw the infomercial.
wait. There's a scale you can sit on when you go to the bathroom to see how much you lost when you do number 2.
Huh, I've never seen
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
kind of cool.
Can I just?
If anybody's, are you listening? If
Oh
you're
my
listening,
God.
post that to his page, or if you know me, post to my page and I'll share it. You got to see this.
You
It's
do
hilarious.
know
Yeah.
who's gonna
That's fine.
try
She's
to
gonna
go
buy it.
find this now,
It's at Walmart.
along with some
Is
rubber
it?
Over the
thing
Dollar Tree.
that you put on top
Where
of
you
your
buy
hand
your steaks at the Dollar
to
Tree.
open your mason jar. I mean, she'll buy that too. Do you know that little grip thing? That little grip thing that you use to open your mason jar? I found out that if you throw that on the dash of your truck, your phone won't slip off.
Yeah.
No, I just super glue it.
I lick the back and stick it on there.
Yeah.
It's
Look at
good.
our messages are going
I want to hear them. Let's hear 'em.
friggin' nuts.
Let's go to the
man.
message board.
Just people. It's just so funny. It's just so funny.
Well, Jacob said splice the Xmas lights to the subs.
Yes.
So when they flash.
You got to put
Yeah.
them inside the sub so that they're flashing inside the sub, because a good sub will be hollow inside. You get the flashing.
Okay, so
That's
listen,
all
if we do this correctly, we get your husband a bunch of old glass bottles, like vodka bottles, and you
Mhm.
shove the Christmas lights in there, and then hang the Christmas light
Now
right
that's
out
cool.
of the top,
No. See,
and
that's
hook it to your
cool.
sub.
No, see, but you do that and you put it outside. You do it and you put it outside. That's cool looking.
My
I'm
living
sorry.
room
The old
doesn't
bottles
enough,
with the
though.
lights inside. That's
Yeah.
cool. Looking.
Yeah, but see, the thing is about her husband, it's so funny, is they went, I can't remember what event we were at, but some craft person had
Oh my
had homemade
God.
Christmas lights hanging
What's
up,
wrong with crafty?
and the dude had taken like Bush Light cans
No, they
And-
were Bud Light.
because that
They were glass.
They
because
were
that
Bud Light
mattered. No,
bottles.
no, they were
The
tin
Were they
aluminum-
cans?
cans.
Aluminum.
Aluminum
aluminum bottle.
cans. Oh, they were aluminum bottles, but they were
Yeah.
still aluminum,
So they break them
Beer.
open like flowers and everything like that.
and they. No, these were just regular bottles.
So sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
and
the
and
bottoms-
their
He's
their
throwing
friggin'
pens
Christmas
around, ladies and
lights.
gentlemen. Throwing
The
pens.
bottoms was cut out of them, and then it had holes like drilled in the.
And where are they?
They're at the house.
Where are they?
You know, I
They
walked
are
in
not
here.
getting on my tree. I
Scotty,
told
Scotty,
you,
I walked in
no.
here wondering if I would be able to keep up with the conversation. I'm
mean-
feeling really good right now. Thank you. I actually feel
We
very
tell people all you do is just let your inner demon out, because this is
yeah.
So let me get this
Or
right.
have me
I can do this
open
all
my
day.
mouth.
We can do this
You're
all day.
not letting him hang these up.
No, he wants to hang them on the back deck.
Okay.
See, that's
Have
kinda
they
cool.
been hung before?
Nope.
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Travis, you suck, brother. I guarantee if you hang them up tonight, you will have pictures of them on Facebook by tomorrow.
Yeah, but that's cool looking. I'm sorry. When you get rustic and you get weird like that with lighting and stuff like that, that's really cool. The coolest lights are those Edison lights with the filament inside and everything like that. Those are cool.
You know they now make them LED.
Yeah,
I have one upstairs,
which is cool
because of my eyes. I have to have yellow
LED and Christmas lights. Okay, we bought like $150 worth of Christmas lights 2 years ago. New LED ones. Very excited. Put them on the house.
Right.
Whole 9 yards. Bring them out the next year. Half the strand doesn't work.
Right.
Oh yeah.
What the hell you hot?
And the guarantee was go LED, so you don't have that problem.
To do that. Like, so I had to buy extra strands to put over the ones,
Right.
so that it would be there.
Right.
And I'm going back to the old bulbs.
It makes you wonder.
No, because they're just made in China.
You know what I've realized in my wife?
I don't wonder. I knew that I got scammed.
My wife hates my mentality sometimes because in my mind, I go to pull out the Christmas lights and they're already tangled and twisted and half don't work. And now I have to spend an hour to fix it. So you know what I do?
No.
I throw them in the garbage. I just go buy new ones. She's like,
no,
but you're just throwing money. And I'm like, yeah, but do you know my aggravation?
Look, my wife actually sent the picture of it.
Oh my God.
Look, there it is. See?
Steph.
We have actually one listener, ladies and
And I'm actually scared. She's going to try to get Travis to figure out how to make it heated too.
Oh, you could probably heat it. Just warm it up in the microwave.
Wow.
I hope it runs on batteries. Because listen, I'm actually...
It runs on natural fuel.
See, I'm an electrician.
That's gas powered. You get it? But
and being an electrician, I have this thing called electricity and water don't mix. And I had to go to a house off Peachtree Battle, which is these big fancy houses off Peachtree Road. And this lady's like, I want this hooked up. Like, I'm there to put in lights. And she says, can you hook this up? So I had to go put a receptacle behind the toilet, kind of under the corner, because you had to be. So in other words, I had to lay with my left shoulder on where she poops to put this receptacle back there.
Nice.
Because I had to put in an electric bidet.
Oh, yeah.
But in my mind, do I really want to be sitting on a bowl of water with an object that's having electricity sent inside the bowl of water to then shoot water up my butt?
Do you look at your phone while you poop?
Yeah, but I mean, I'd like to believe that my phone doesn't have 120 volts of constant power.
Yeah, but it'll just be fun once, you know.
Once. We have to put a webcam up there for the shocking episodes.
Well, you did see what's in my bathroom now at the house.
Jesus Christ, no, I didn't. I didn't go to the bathroom in your house.
I don't even sometimes want to see what's in my
You do know I quickly got in and quickly got out. It was almost like a bank robbery, Stephanie.
There's nothing wrong with my
It was
house.
similar. It was mask on and hands up. Never mind.
Anyways, in the bathroom is where the electrical box is. Right
in the
above
bathroom?
The toilet.
Were you kidding me?
That's strange. Oh, you're talking about the room edition part. Yes.
So you just took a room and you said, "Let's put a toilet."
No, they rented it.
Yeah,
wait, you rented the bathroom?
Well, she does
we
rent
rented
know,
the
that's
whole house. He got.
That's another story for another day, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. So go for it. You got the electrical panel over there. Well, that's good. Travis just put his foot in the water and just take himself out.
How did this start? Where did we start on this? I think we had a point.
Wasn't it
the cops? Didn't we start with cops?
Started with cops. I hadn't heard back.
Hey, any popo out there?
Yeah,
and then we went from popo
to
poo-poo.
I needed one that knows the traffic laws a lot better, so that's what I was waiting on. The one that I knew could answer.
I thought the traffic laws are simple. You follow the speed limit.
Yeah.
You stop when there's a red.
Well, we had a friend of ours a little while ago that apparently did somebody back into him or did he just tap somebody?
He tapped somebody.
So he tapped somebody in the rear end in a parking lot and he was written a ticket for following too close. The problem is you're on private property, and in Georgia, technically the way it's always been, we can fill out a report for insurance reasons. We can fill out a report, but we can't cite you for a moving violation because you're on private property, not county property.
Speaking of that, filling out a report. Listen, people, when you get into an accident, you're allowed to move your cars. The cop is not the person who figures out who hit who.
That's right.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, if the law is supposed to be if the car can move
and you can move your car,
to be moved.
Get it out of the way. Just pull over.
Well, you have
Yeah,
cell
stop making
phones now.
traffic.
Get out and take 120 pictures if
Just
you
move.
want, and then move your
Just
car.
move. Just move. Just get
Well,
out
this
of
is
the
what
way.
he said happened. We were pulling out of Quick Trip. I thought she moved. We were watching traffic.
Wait,
And
pause. Was he pulling out of Quick Trip or pulling out of a parking spot in Quick Trip? Because if you're pulling out of Quick Trip, it means you're now entering county right of way. That's why I was asking. Keep going. I mean, that was the question, though.
We were watching traffic, and I turned around, and there she was.
Yeah, and he said hi, and he tapped her in the butt.
That's
he
right.
said
And that was
Yeah,
their first date.
We've been married now 25 years.
That's
Got
right.
6 children.
And he said it just
So
scratched the
romantic.
bumper.
Ooh.
Yeah, but leaving Quick Trip means he was pulling out of the parking lot on the county road. And because of that whole, if say like my front yard from the yellow line into your yard, they have 25 foot of right of way. So if you're, say, even a foot from the actual asphalt of the county road, you're still in the right of way because you're in the entrance of the Quick Trip. So yeah, there you go. That was an easy one.
Who knows?
Ring the bell for that one, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Hey, we have sound effects.
Yeah, I do have sound effects. I found some, no, I'm not going to do the gross one. I found some really cool ones last night. You know, I was playing with my daughter, and you know, we were laughing because there's the
this. Thank you. That was me this morning.
You know, we found a bunch of really cool ones, like, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the ones I need to keep on all the time now.
You gotta have yakety sax going.
That right there would get used
thank
a
you.
lot.
Here all week, ladies and gentlemen. Try the veal.
So let's just kind of leave away from the redneck stuff for a second.
Yeah, but it's so natural.
I'm gonna
It's
ask
so
the police
natural
officer.
here.
She
Why-
just texted to say,
Why skim over a subject?
"Well,
that
it's
you're
and
so
it
good at?
is. It's so simple." I tell people all the time the show is so far from being rehearsed. All Steph has to do is open her mouth. That's all she has to do.
I walked in. I thought there was going to be a run a show, like a piece of paper.
No.
Like in regular radio.
No, that
run a
would be
show.
real
That
broadcasting
would be,
type corporate radio.
We're going to be talking
far
about
from that.
this, and this is when you laugh,
Yeah.
and this is when
No.
you say something else, and this is your line.
And this is, I think, what makes this work
That's
most of the
all
time is
improv.
people
Improv.
know it's so fast paced, live, in your face, not rehearsed.
And we're actually not thinking. It's
That's
just
right.
coming out.
No producers telling you what to do. And I think that's what's made this be a little more
There's no light.
successful.
You got 20 seconds. Fill it out. Hurry.
I mean,
Right
you know,
now, all you got
there's-
is me yelling, Stephanie. It's already taking you 3 seconds to go. I need the story, Steph.
No, I mean, sometimes, you know, we talk about stories that we're going to do, and if there's a certain song that we can lead into with that story.
We'll
I mean,
attempt to.
yeah, that's about the only rehearsed thing that we do or scripted
Rehearse
thing
it.
that
You
we
be here
do.
at 7. We leave at 10.
Do you know how hard it is just to get them here on time? Do you actually think
Hey,
if
I
they
got
had?
here early, thank you.
Excuse me, what time
5
did you get
minutes
here?
early.
What time did you get here?
Every
It was right at 7-ish.
radio show
You
I've
hear
been
this?
on,
7-ish.
Every radio show I've been on ever, you get a half hour, you get there at least a half hour early, so
Early,
they can give
yeah.
you an idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knock on the door here, and he goes, "Come on, sit down." And we start talking. I'm looking at these two. I'm going, I think I know her name.
Just jump
and
in.
it's like this weird guy's just talking on the radio now, ladies and gentlemen. We
You know,
don't
and you
who
know
he
what's the
is.
funniest part? And I know you got a couple of friends listening, but here's the funniest part.
I think I have 2.
You've not left. You're still here.
Yeah.
You know what's
You've
funny is
not
because
tried
you're
to,
at
like,
my
escape.
level. See, we're children. I haven't grown up yet. That's why my shirt says, psych ward.
Yes.
And we haven't grown up yet. I think that's the reason why my wife stays with me, because she knows I'm a big child.
Yes. You know, and the thing too is you never really get bored with us. You never get bored doing this kind of stuff. We love it. And if I had to bottle this up every day, do you know what kind of crazy person I'd look like her?
Hey.
This is
like-
what you just
See,
did.
let me explain the way this conversation goes. You're out in the back. It's a Saturday night. You have the fire going in the fall. You got beers open.
You're
That's the
already discussing her
conversation.
house.
That's a normal Tuesday at 3:00. So, but
Yeah.
that's she's like, yeah, that is.
Here's-
But
We're gonna
that's
have
what it
one
feels like
Saturday
right now.
night.
So here's what we're gonna. Mike says that you can't predict and tell the future, but I'm gonna go ahead and predict and tell the future. Today is Friday,
Is it?
so at about
That's not
I got a
fair. You
gig
know
tonight.
what
Oh.
our plans are already this weekend.
I don't
'cause
have a
I've
clue.
said
I'm
it.
just
It's
throwing it
going
out
to
there.
the Dollar Tree and getting the steaks.
About 7 o'clock, About 7 o'clock, the beers are going to get open, and
Actually, about
and
6:30.
around that 9 o'clock, they're going to want some 80s music. And it always happens. It always happens.
It
So
won't
is it going to be
tonight.
Wham?
Okay,
It's
we're-
going to be Aha. What is it going to be? Come on. tell
Right
me.
now, if you just said Wham, Aha, and a couple other
Careless
song
Whisper.
names, it
Then
would
listen to
already be
Careless
there
Whisper
Friday
and say,
night.
oh, that's awesome.
Okay,
No,
so
we're-
what is it you
A
doing
little bit of
tonight?
Toto, Africa.
Helping people move tonight.
I thought that was Saturday.
I thought that's in the beginning
no,
of the month.
because
I gotta
Actually, it is.
No,
Isn't
no,
it
no.
like the
Yeah, it
beginning-
is. It is. I got to go to a commercial. I've got to go to this commercial. But when we come back, we have got to enlighten him about how Stephanie's neighbors put stuff on the street when it's time for them to not want it anymore. And Stephanie says that's when they're giving it away. We'll be right back.
Just for fun, right?
Well, yeah. Curb alert. We'll be right
it's
back.
curbside sale.
Curbside sale. You're not buying it.
Well,
What do you leave
curbside
2 beers in the
giveaway.
mailbox? We'll be right back.
Curbside giveaway. I don't understand where he was at then because
I need to
he
know because
said-
she's listening and she can actually answer this.
I asked him, "Were you still in the parking lot?" He said, "No." I said, "So you were in the road?" He said, "No." Then where the hell were you?
Tell him to call. Call me. I can ask this question. Because if he, like I said, if he was in the entrance, and I don't know if my wife left because of the way she was parked. Is he gonna call you?
I told him to call you. Got my head spinning already.
My wife goes, y'all crazy. Y'all are crazy. I thought there was going to be other people.
Sometimes on Friday we do have people that just pop in. Articles about the swimmers.
Oh, you're talking about the guys down in.
Uh,
Curb alert. Friend of mine goes, curb alert.
I can find some of them.
Yeah, it's right here. On my phone right here, it says, ABC News is Brian Williams.
Yeah, 'cause that's some crazy. That's crazy.
Well, it's on Fox and it's on CNN because that's all they're running right now. Because they won't
has
talk
a-
about Hillary.
He says half a cup of coffee.
Oh, 2 sugars, a little bit of cream is nice. Water would have been great. Here you go. Sorry, U.S. swimmer heads home. One paying 10 grand to leave.
Butthole. I'm trying to message you, Scotty. Stop.
It says here that
Thanks.
Jack Fegan will pay $10,000 on Friday to leave Rio de Janeiro. Jack Fegan is one of the 4 Olympians.
Yeah, he's the one that
The
they were
J-
saying that he-
Also, Jack Conger and Gunther Benz are on the way back to the U.S. about 24 hours after being pulled off the plane.
Yeah, so there's only one that's
Ryan Lachette, but is that how you say his name? Cat?
Lochte or something.
Lucky. Guy with the
The
white hair.
ringleader.
Well, they supposedly they pissed on the side of a They didn't go inside the place because the place was locked, and they peed on the side of the
Yeah, and
of the
was
building.
kicking the door.
trying to get in,
Yeah.
and they didn't want to pay for the problems.
They made this whole concoction.
They made up a story.
Yeah.
What does it matter? I like how Clinton's blaming Colin Powell now for her email advice that she should use private email server. How about the Ellen tweet to her writing on the back of Usain Bolt? You guys talked about that yet?
Ellen?
Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah. No, what did
Did
she
you see that
tweet?
thing? She tweeted a picture of. There was that picture of what's his name? Oh, you're awesome, man. You didn't. There was that picture of
Not sure about
Usain Bolt.
That was 2 big scoops, so I probably should have done that.
Oh, that's okay. Usain Bolt running when he's smiling, winning the Olympic medal,
Uh-huh.
and she retweeted a picture of her photoshopping herself on the back of him, saying, "This is how I'm going to run my errands from now on," because he's the fastest guy in the world.
Yeah.
And people are going nuts, like, "Oh, that's racist," and this and that, but he's been on her show forever, a bunch of times, and they're actually really good friends. And he tweeted back saying, "That's way funny."
Huh.
So how is it a problem?
So, if it didn't offend him, then why should it offend other people?
Because that's our mindset in America right now.
You're right. That unfortunately is. Worse, people wanting to make.
It's right here. Go to Fox News. It's the first thing up there.
Fox News.
Fox
or
News.
Fox 5 News.
No, Fox News.
But he's not called me yet.
He said he can't. He's still filling out paperwork.
I'm still just shaking my head. Like, for him to have, for this to happen, the way it already sounds, he says the words, he's leaving the parking lot. So,
But he was. But he was.
so that indicates to me you're leaving the parking lot. And
You're
But I
driving
asked
on the
him, "Are
county
you still in
road.
the parking lot?"
County
If he
road.
was still in the parking lot, he said no. I said, "Well, so then you were in the road." He said no. I'm like, well, then where the hell were you?
right.
So I don't understand. You're either in the parking lot or you're in the road. Where there's no in between there.
Man, it's so awesome to hear you say this. Do you know how many times I've asked you questions and I feel like I have to yell that kind of stuff to you? And she kind of like, who are you? Because Stephanie usually doesn't get it that simple. I mean, usually I have to go, Stephanie, you can't be one and the other at the same time.
Oh, well.
All right, we're going back.
She's a woman. She can teach you.
All right, we're back. We're back. And you're already confused.
No,
Yes.
yeah,
This
she's
dude
confused.
right here
Mhm.
does
I
not
am not-
fall under a woman category.
No, I fall into
Where's
my
my-
own category.
Oh, wrong one.
No, you hit it again.
Yeah, and there's no stop. Okay, there we go.
Quality.
The quality in which we have. here.
High-end production value here.
Well,
Just
you know,
for fun radio.
we keep joking because Mike's like, "This is why we need a producer," and I'm like, "I can't get you to do stuff. There's no. How are we going to get one more person in this joint?"
Yes.
All right, Steph, you were saying something, and I can't remember where we were. There you go.
Dead air works great.
So what's
Yeah,
up with
it
these
does.
swimmers, man?
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
now
we were just
showing.
talking about that.
Yeah, man, they were showing me this morning, showing me like it was just me. I was the only one watching Channel 2.
They called her up and they called them
That's
up
right.
and
It's
said,
like,
"Hey,
hey,
Scotty,
Pay attention.
struck it up. We got."
So they're showing video saying the words. They vandalized the store, but
Yeah,
there's no
vandalized
video.
the store. They beeped on the side of the wall.
Is that
They
what it
couldn't
was?
get
Outside
in.
the
Yeah, because
store.
I didn't see any video of
couldn't
them
get in.
vandalizing anything.
And then they had to fight with the security guards.
Over what?
Yes.
Peeing on the.
Well, you wouldn't you have a fight with?
No, but I mean that's what the fight was. It was
Yeah.
over peeing on a wall.
On the
They've
wall.
not. This morning, Channel 2 said nothing along the lines of they peed on a wall. They just said.
Well, they would say something. And they don't say pee in the
Right.
vandalize.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they're saying they vandalized, and then all the video showed was them walk out of the door of the store, walk around the gas pump like they're getting in the car, and then they cut real quick. That's all. And then there's another scene where it looks like they're being made to sit in a car wash. I'm just like, what the hell am I looking at here?
Well, he peed on himself a little bit, so they put him in the car wash to clean him off.
And then one of the last
spray him with the tire cleaner.
The last one that's still there in Brazil, they're saying that he has to pay 10 grand to leave.
Well, Jack Fegan has to pay $11,000 on Friday to leave, but then Jack and Gunter, the other 2 swimmers that were involved, were able to get back to the U.S. after being held for 24 hours.
But they're trying to get them indicted on criminal charges.
Are they back in the U.S.?
I say they just pulled a Hillary. What does it matter?
That's right.
It doesn't matter anything now, people.
That's right. I'm back here. Unless you think you can pull me back into your country, good luck.
Yeah.
Well, I was listening.
If Dog the Bounty Hunter got in trouble for kidnapping in Mexico, then let somebody from that country come here and try that. Steph, you talked to your cousin lately? I mean, is he okay?
Wait.
Nothing. It's
Do
a
I wanna
joke.
know
Dog the
this?
Bounty Hunter is a joke. Never mind.
Oh, I can't stand that man. He's
Holy cow. They're
I
going to
don't
pull your
like-
redneck card.
I don't like.
You're not
Dog
supposed
the
to hate on
Bounty
your
Hunter.
own.
Family.
He's.
Come on, Beth. It's okay.
Beth, I hear you calling.
You don't, Beth, the dog's wife.
I know.
Okay,
I
God,
know,
Steph,
with
you're
her
on it today.
long-ass
The big. I'm more afraid of
fingernails.
her than I am
No
afraid
doubt.
of Dog, because Beth looks like she could throw.
So-
down.
I'm sure you know what Stonecrest Mall is, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay. So the first time,
We found that out the first week that
Yes.
we came here.
so I'm not,
And
I'm
we
not,
haven't been back.
I'm not trying to like throw Stonecrest under any bridges.
Sure.
You know,
They do that themselves.
yeah, they do it themselves. So Dog the Bounty Hunter is doing a book tour, and he's in Stonecrest right in front of Sears. This whole mall.
It's an oxymoron. Dog the book.
Yeah. I'm sitting here going, I've never seen this amount of white people in Stonecrest in my life. And
Well, when
they're
they-
all running around in DuPont
when they-
NASCAR hats.
When they first opened it up, then you saw that amount of people.
yeah, but
Yeah.
well, let's say not this many rednecks then. The black folks were walking by going, it's
African-Americans.
time to leave. Yeah, Mike would go, they like to be called black people. You know, Mike does that. For some reason.
Militarymike.
You know, we've noticed though a lot of the black folks that live around our area have kind of said they don't like to be called African Americans,
Yeah.
that they're Americans. We've actually met a few that just say, look, dude, this
My uncle, he'll tell you
public
in a heartbeat.
crap.
I'm not from
My-
Africa.
My wife told me to stay off this subject.
stay off the subject.
Yeah.
You're fixing
Yeah,
to get
it
that
is
text
a-
message.
She's
It is
gonna
a,
text me. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
That's
it is
right.
a touchy subject.
Well, it is, and we have to be careful with it. We always try to be careful with it because I'm so sick of hearing Republican, Democrat. We're all just come on.
I have a few friends that were from Jamaica, and they're like, "Man, I'm not from
Jamaica,
Africa,
man."
man.
Yeah.
Jamaican."
That's right.
Yeah, I'm
Jamaican.
Jamaican American.
And I have a couple friends that are from like Egypt and Northern Africa.
Yeah.
I'm not African American.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm
That's right.
Nigerian. I'm this.
That's
I'm
right.
that. I'm not.
I know, and that's what a lot of people are just like. Look, quit classifying me. I don't
Well,
need to be classified.
I don't consider myself European American,
Okay.
even though my family's from like Italy and
So I mean, do
Ireland.
you like look for that check box?
Yeah.
You know. Mike, of course, when it
I
says
get other-
sex, he says often. You know, he just
I thought he put down no.
yeah.
yes,
None.
with self.
Yes.
That's nasty. And I'm sitting in his chair. Oh my God.
If you
That's
only
what the
know.
stuff
Reach
is.
under
I'm
the
not touching
table.
that.
We need to start issuing rubber gloves to our new listeners.
Don't you clean the mics off?
Yeah. We need to put a condom over the mic. Well, that's why we put a windscreen on there and say, don't get on the mic. I've had to explain that because, like, he
Isn't he
leaned
out
in.
because he's sick?
Yeah. He leaned in a couple times and put his lips on stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't want to ever touch anything your lips have been next to.
Or when he was
Honey,
licking
before
the
I get home,
microphone.
I'm
Oh,
gonna make
yeah.
sure that I
He
Uh,
licked the
clean my
microphone one
face
time.
off in the pond in the back. I'm sure it's cleaner than this.
Yes, I'm sure.
Oh, Scotty put that hand sanitizer.
Oh, dude, I've
all
walked by.
over the
I walk by and
microphone.
spray him with Lysol sometimes. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm talking about when he licked it.
Oh, yeah. When he licked it, we covered it in hand sanitizer.
Yes.
So
You
we
were
still
like,
haven't got
Don't lick the mic.
God, Mike is just,
Mike is like,
He's
lick
out
me.
there.
Mike is out there going, I'd like to be licked.
yes. And the problem is
Sipping no coffee.
my thing about Mike is I have to be concerned of how much money may or may not have been spent on, Metropolitan Avenue. You know,
Ooh.
when Conyers did the bust, about busting the guys with prostitutes. I was kind of really excited to see his name on that list. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I really, truly thought that Mike's name would be on the list.
That's the text messages I just got. So I'm just handing it over to you so you can read it. But yeah, so Lou, so
As
what?
we're quiet.
I know, dead air.
And that's
So-
exactly what I said.
Dead air.
The road right of way.
The road. Right
That's
away.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yep. The right of way. That's exactly my point.
And the front end of her car was in the street.
There you go. So there you go. That's what I was trying to say is if he was leaving the parking lot, that's the only way that could have happened. So yeah.
Wait, hold on. Scottie, this guy, shout out to my friend Robbie. Thank you for saying that on Facebook. We have 2 listeners right now.
So
We got
now
3 viewers.
so now the police officer says, "Oh my God, no!
one's my
That
wife.
would mean I would have to talk to him." No.
So no matter what Scottie says, this lovely young lady across from me was going to ask me a question.
I just got what that point was, by the way, Miss Police Officer, and now I get what you're saying. The Steph,
Yes.
the sting operation where the police officers busted the guys who were using Backpage, going to the hotels thinking they were meeting hookers.
Yes.
Oh,
So
Correct.
the female officer
Was
made the
pretending to be
comment
the-
saying, "No, that means I would have had to have talked to Mike."
I get it now.
you
'Cause
get
at
it
first
now?
I thought she was talking
Where's that sound
about-
effect?
There you go.
I thought at first she
I am
was talking about
production.
having to talk to the listener that
No.
had the wreck this
No,
morning, and I was like,
you got to remember phone calls
Huh?
are 30 to some odd seconds behind us.
yeah.
So yes, there you go. Can you imagine Mike trying to be sexy? Hey girl, I'm on the way with my
Here,
canola oil and
This
my
is Mike at a store.
and my bacon.
This is Mike at a store.
Oh
And the
my God.
Vaseline.
How did you get this picture? Those are his thumbnails.
Oh my gosh.
Now, you know what was bad is the picture of
That
him
really looks like
in the maternity ward and he was on his knees yelling, "I'm ready to catch." That was the weird picture.
Oh, I can't show this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is funny. It's a mannequin and a gentleman using his left hand to make sure that the cup size is the correct size
That's right.
for the mannequin.
And the
Is that
mannequin has no
correctly-
head or arms.
None.
It's right up Mike's alley.
He's feeling how the material feels.
I mean,
Yes.
Mike,
against his
Is that
hand.
silk? What is this velvet? This is nice.
okay, so here was the question for the officer. We now have kind of figured out what's going on. A gentleman was leaving the Quick Trip and rear-ended somebody.
Ooh.
I had made the statement that if you're leaving the Quick Trip, there is things called the right of way, and if you're on private property in the middle of the Quick Trip, then you wouldn't get a ticket. You're on private property, there'd just be a report made. But if you're leaving the entrance or the exit and you tap somebody, then you're
Tap that app.
you have now been cited. That's the basic gist of it all. So apparently, because the car that was tapped was already pulling into said intersection and he hit her and he was in the county right of way, that's why there's a ticket. So really, once we got more information, it definitely made more sense. I don't know that it made
And it
sense,
just
but
sucks
it
because
cleared it up.
although that was in a company truck, it's still going to go on his license, right?
Yes, it's his license. He's the driver of the vehicle.
And moving violations aren't.
That goes to your insurance company.
Yeah.
Wait, so it was
Gee,
a moving, it was a
thanks.
moving
And our
car-
insurance agents listening. Go ahead, Miss
They're
Carr, and just put a check mark and a gold star right next to his name.
Yeah, there's no hiding that now.
Well, until they run the report. I mean, it'd probably take 6 months,
That's going to
maybe.
be a new segment you guys are going to have here. What does the law say on Just for Fun Radio?
That's right.
Uh,
Well, we had
the
to
Ask
ask the Popo. So years ago when we had a night show, we had a Popo, super cool Popo who was listening. And we would have people call in and talk about DUIs and he would give, answers. And then one stoner calls in and the Popo was never live. It was always through text message. So the one stoner's like, "So man, so if I get stopped and, I got a bag of weed in my car and they get me
You know,
and they took my weed and and I'm okay for paying the fine.
Totally fine, man.
But how do I get my weed back?
I want to get my way. That was some
It was
choice
some sticky
tubage right there,
weed.
man.
And the cop's just like,
Stinky.
your weed's gone, dude.
How much for that stinky
Like-
weed, old man?
You're not concerned about the going to jail part. You weren't concerned about the record part.
my
You're not concerned to the
tubage.
fine. But where's my ounce of weed? I want my weed back.
You gotta get
Like, what a
you gotta get a
dumbass.
sound effect for that. That's the bubbling water in the.
Oh, I
back.
do. Look,
yes,
look, look.
Yes.
Usually, if we know we're gonna get into the whole pot conversations, we go with the.
There it is. Oh, dude.
That's all he did.
Yeah, but you still got charged with following.
So
people.
I went to the judge, man, and I said, listen, I don't mind paying the fine, but I need to get my dibage back. I have a big party on Friday night, man.
It's
spent
just
a
the
lot of money
craziest.
for that.
I
It's
need
just the
dibage.
craziest.
Just need the dibage.
Ask the popo, and your question was, how do I get my weed back? Hey, look, that's because we're making jokes of this. This is what's funny. So my brother, before he retired, my brother works in a county called Oconee County, Watkinsville, outside of Athens.
Yeah, I know what that is.
So he gets this call off of Antioch Church Road, which is actually where our grandfather's farm was. And so the reason I say that is because I knew where the trailer is he's talking about. So he goes down to this property. It's like 300 acres. That's a guy's farm. And then I guess one of the farm hands had like lived in this trailer. So there's just this fenced off quarter of an acre
For the guy.
for the guy.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's like if you look at the letter H, how it has that little dent in it, or say the letter U. So this guy's trailer is just like right in the middle of this 300 acres. He's really close to the street though, so it's not like he's dead center. But you get my point. So they show up because some of the other neighbors were calling to complain about a party. They were being too loud. So my brother and another guy goes to the door. As they're knocking on the trailer door, they look down and there's two 12-inch pot plants.
Sweet.
Sitting there.
Sweet.
So my brother says he's knocking on the door. They're looking down, and him and the other guy's going,
California
let's just pretend we don't see this. We're here for this.
Purple haze.
So they knock on the door. They tell the guy you need to take it down. You know, and it's a single wide trailer. How many rednecks are you packing in this single wide? He said it was friggin' packed. Like, who goes to this kind of party?
Johnny's Hideaway down out in Watkins.
Yeah, right. So my brother's just like, look, don't make us come back. This is stupid. And he goes, like he's pointing at the pot. He doesn't say the word, but he points at the plants and says, don't make us come back. So they come back another time.
Nice.
They come back another time. And
Times.
so now they're just to the point like, look, we got to do something. Well, the next time they show up, it's because the girlfriend and the dude's fighting.
Which is normally what happens when you're in a trailer
As you
where there's
keep
pot
getting drunk.
plants in the front of the house and you use them as decoration.
So this time they go ahead and yank the plants out of the pot. They're holding the plants in their hand when they knock on the door this
With the
time.
Christmas tree lights on them.
They were-
Basically.
They were growing chia pets.
So then the girl comes
Chia.
out and she's mad at the boyfriend, right? So she goes and she sees what's in my brother's hand and she's making comments like, that ain't nothing. You should see what's behind the trailer.
Oh,
So they
wow.
walk behind the trailer and he's like, there's nothing behind the trailer. It's through the fence. So the guy who owns the farm inside this little pine thicket, there's just like dozens upon dozens of
Nice.
8-foot plants.
Awesome.
Well, they can't arrest the guy because it's not his property.
No.
They can't arrest the guy that planted them because it's not his property.
Mhm.
So, you know, they yank it up, and the stoner is sitting there now in front of the girl going, I can't believe you ratted me out. And they're just breaking these, putting them in the back of this SUV to pull out. Nobody gets arrested. And the dude's like, can't believe you just ratted me out like that. Oh my God, how stupid are stoners? Well,
And so
Jacob,
he
that's not a
basically-
question you have to answer.
He basically admitted it, but they still couldn't do anything.
Because technically it was not on his property. It was on somebody else's property.
That's crazy.
So because
You
there
gotta
wasn't-
love those
So because there wasn't
technicalities.
the warrant to go search the other man's property.
If you're watching the
It's
podcast,
so
I'm just
stupid.
shaking my head right now. Just,
Well, welcome to Georgia.
yeah, I know.
I mean, you did choose to move down here.
my wife chose that, and she went, "Hey, we're moving," and I went, "Okay."
So do you
Yep.
just do what your wife tells you?
Sometimes, yeah.
No, just
That's how I've been married for 26
That's
years.
exactly
That's the
right.
best
If you
way
want
do
it to
yes,
work,
ma'am.
there's two reasons you can make a marriage work 22 years. You do the right thing,
Mhm. And
or you
say
stay
yes.
drunk and stoned. It's one of the two.
Both together.
I mean, you know, the only
But she can't get stoned anymore because they took all the pot off that guy's property.
That's
That's
right.
where she was getting her stuff.
and you
Yeah,
know
exactly.
the only reason that Steph and Travis can always act like they're doing it for the first time is because they don't remember the last time.
Oh, whatever.
They don't remember the last time. So
I remember the first time. Thank you very much.
Last night.
you remember the first time?
Yes.
Please, God.
I
In
don't
my
wanna hear it.
daddy's waterbed.
Oh, my God. I was kind of not wanting to hear that.
My wife just
First
texted
thing
me,
I hear is catch the wave. That's the
Yeah.
first thing I just heard in my
if
head.
mama ain't happy, no one happy.
That's right.
Exactly.
Happy wife is a happy life. That's for sure. With Steph, I don't know what
Getting nasty
catchphrase.
in the parents' waterbed.
Yep.
Every kid's done that. Come on. That's
My
why,
My
that's why,
parents didn't have
that's why I
waterbeds.
don't own a waterbed.
That's right. My parents didn't have water beds. I didn't. I never did anything in my mom's room. Ugh. Like
I never did
can
anything.
count
I
10
never did
things, you know?
anything in my parents' house. I would always do it in the girls' house
The closest thing.
because I didn't live there.
That's right. I mean, that was my rule. The closest thing I think I ever did is like mess around in my room in my parents' house. But it's like my mom's bedroom. I think 10 times in my life I've gone in there. It's just I don't.
You
It's
weren't
like
allowed to.
It's like
you were afraid to.
it's like a funeral parlor, right? Why do I want to be
I don't
in
wanna
there?
be in
I don't want to be in there. My mom's like, sit here and let's talk. Can't we talk in the living room?
The kitchen's right outside. Can't we go there, please?
The one of the times I went into my mom's bathroom and it's the scariest thing that ever happened to me. So I snuck and got an earring. I had really long hair back then. I snuck, got an earring. It got infected.
Ooh.
So my mom had already said for months. You know, I was like 15. She's like, don't get an earring. And I did it anyways. So it got infected. It was swelled up. Pus is coming out of it. I go to my mom. I'm like,
right.
Mom, what am I supposed to do? She says, we need to clean this. So she starts cleaning and it says, I'm going to have to take it out. I'm like, okay, take it out. So she takes it
Like
out.
that, like a little girl.
Yeah. And it was bad.
Like my little daughter, we just got her earrings and she wouldn't let us take them out. And she bitched.
Oh, man.
Days
Well,
we
my mom
tried,
was
oh.
just like dirty because my mom takes it out, cleans the ears, squeezes the living hell out of it, and then
Yeah,
looks at
man.
me and goes, we got to put it back in.
It was like-
No, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. Yes, we do.
The pus was like an eclair.
And because I pierced it myself,
I'm so hungry now.
it went in at an angle. So it's
Oh,
like skin, cartilage, skin. And the center
Oh.
cartilage did not match the other two
Oh.
skin holes. So she sticks it in and has to rotate it around to find the
Nice.
hole and then just shoves it through a whole
Did you
nother
throw
hole.
up when you did it to yourself?
Dude, I was like
Did you
hanging
do a
onto the
pin?
sink
Did you do-
almost.
when you did it yourself, did you do it with a pin or something like that?
No, I had one of them starter like earrings that had the little piercer on the back. Now my buddy did it with safety pin. My
Oh.
mind says the reason I didn't want to do a safety pin is you have to take safety pin out and then try it again with the earring.
Oh.
My daughter pierced herself right there with a mechanical pencil.
On her.
A mechanical pencil,
a mechanical,
her-
a
lead
metal,
on her lip.
poisoning.
a metal mechanical
Stop it.
pencil right
Stop
there. What is
I'm
that
going
called?
to puke. You got a puke sound? That'd be fun.
God almighty, I do, but she
he
hates.
does, but no.
She hates when
Come
I
on,
do
come
it.
on. She's taking off the earring.
no,
That would be
no,
like-
no.
With
What
the
is that
earring thing,
called? The cleft is the cleft.
the cleft. The cleft is right here. The cleft is right here. The little divot is your
Yeah,
cleft.
well,
That's
that's what
called
she
your mouth,
pierced.
yeah.
It was right there. It was right between the
Okay,
bottom lip
Shaggy.
and the chin. Right there.
Keep face the camera when you do all these
look,
weird faces.
let everyone see that. Right?
Stephanie and drunk dread. You put the earring in where your Copenhagen goes.
Oh yeah.
That's
that-
what she was trying to describe.
So you don't have to open
That
your mouth to
was-
spit.
Did
That's
you
the
see
reason
what
why-
she did?
Yeah, you put two of them.
Right
One
there.
Watch where
angling
she's
one
putting
way.
her tongue. She's like pushing on where
Uh,
Copenhagen goes.
And she put a big. It was a big. Huge,
They see a black dot on
You want-
Stephanie's chin
You
and
want,
go,
you want a horrible story?
oh,
You want a horrible
jeez.
story? You want a bad story? So back in high school, I wrestled in high school. We used to go to a wrestling camp, and the only great thing about wrestling camp was that there was cheerleader camp next to it. Yeah.
I fear the movie Meatballs.
Yeah.
is fixing to happen.
So we paid a guy because all these guys were from like Pennsylvania and the sticks and everything like that, and we paid this one guy $100 to drink the dip out of everybody's dip.
Ooh.
You want to talk about a funny color of green?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll make you
Thought
think.
she was
guys.
gonna do it.
No, I almost puked in my own mouth though because I just heard. I'm reading text messages and I'm hearing it now. Move over. It's Daddy's turn, Travis.
No, he wasn't
Now I'm
even
about to puke.
there.
I'm
He
about
wasn't
to
even
puke.
there.
Oh,
He
And
was
her
out
dad
of town.
saying, and her dad saying, "Shut up, Miss Piggy,"
Oh, shut up.
because her dad called her Miss Piggy. As stupid as that is.
Oh, that's
And then
nice.
Joe Leaper types the words, "The start of Sexy Sundays."
Yeah, baby. That's awesome.
Stephanie and them have a ritual called Sexy Sunday, which
I'm going to take off my headphones.
it's for some reason it reminds me of, say, a medicine man running around a fire doing some funky dance.
Get the lube.
One guy says, "Is that a rain dance?" And Stephanie goes, "Yeah, we're hoping it's wet."
Whatever.
I know.
Frightening.
Might have been a pee-pee dance. Just get that pee-pee
I'm
dance.
disgusted by my own self right now. Oh my
Then
God.
shut up.
My wife
It's a
just
tribal ritual.
my wife just texted in when you pierce your own ear. Was it like in Greece? Did you throw up in the sink?
Dude,
Sandra
man,
D?
when I pierced
Did you
it,
ice it?
I
Go
was
downstairs, run
okay.
some water over it.
I was okay. Like, I screamed a little bit because I was like, I can't believe I did this. But really, when Mom did it and it was already hurting and infected,
It was
dude,
worse.
like, I'm squeezing the sink ready to just pass out. I was just like,
Mm.
Mom, just don't put it back in there.
I'm the
It was
biggest one, but I
almost
could
like
never-
the sex story with Stephanie and her dad.
There was no sex story between
Kim,
me and my dad.
You don't
Thank you
get
very
that? Don't
much.
put it back in,
This
Mom.
is
Never
becoming
mind.
disturbing.
Yeah,
Can
it
we
is
talk about
becoming
something else?
Yes, the weather.
The weather, or
Phew.
the Braves or the Falcons or something.
Ah!
Oh, that was me.
So,
Oh, here I
Steph,
go.
what's the plan today? You're going to help move today and tonight and tomorrow? What is the plan?
It's a lot of house. That's why
Well,
they're using the back of the Jeep.
There's only 4 shoe
They're
boxes.
using the back of the Jeep.
The Jeep.
we have
Grand
friend-
Cherokee, Scott.
All the stuff in the shoe
yeah,
boxes
it's
of the needed.
Jeep Grand Cherokee. We have a friend that is being transferred to Pennsylvania from here.
Is he-
so,
is he in-
um,
is he in
When they,
jail?
I was gonna
You've been
say,
transferred.
when they move you
from
from
E block
cell
to D block.
yeah,
Just
is that-
going
is
out
that-
to all my homies
that's
down
a-
in D block,
he's
man.
How
being
much does-
transferred.
how much crap could he be moving? They don't even allow him a mirror or a comb.
So
Well,
we
he had a
have to
better
go
job
help
at the
him.
Walmart.
That's right. Slip-on shoes. How many slip-on shoes does he own?
We have to help him move his stuff into storage that he can't take with him. And then that's
Storage,
all-
is that the
See,
shed behind
See,
your
that was
house?
a thing.
No,
That's
that
another
got
thing.
stolen.
Another thing. We had like 0 storage units up in New York.
Oh my God! Yes,
They're
let's talk about
everywhere
this.
here, and
Yes.
everybody keeps everything in a storage unit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they get ticked when it gets ripped off.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Or
you,
when
and you go,
bugs get in it.
you know, you put a $3 lock on that door.
You have to question that.
Well, there, you
You
How-
put
how about-
grandma's, stuff in there.
How about you store your stuff in a public storage shed
Yeah.
and somebody else does?
Yeah.
Well, those guys could be bringing in rats or whatever, and then you
Yes.
question your stuff getting chewed up by rats. It's like you put it in a storage
unit.
place.
Yeah.
Like,
or roaches.
and my thing
Yeah.
is I know I have a little OCD pack rat mentality, and I try to save stuff I shouldn't save. I get that.
That's my wife.
But I am not going to spend
honey,
$300 a month
No.
to store my
See,
crap.
we stored our stuff here when we first got here because we knew we
Well,
were going
'cause
to
you
stay in the
moved.
apartment.
Yeah, right.
So we had to store stuff. It was all my DJ gear and everything like that. But, we were worried about that all the time. And a year later, we moved.
God, I'd be terrified with my gear in a storage bin.
But there was nowhere else to put it. I was
Wires getting
third
chewed
floor,
on.
third
and,
floor of an apartment. I'm not carrying stuff.
Oh, hey, I'm with you.
No,
I agree.
no.
I just would have been, I'd have been freaked out, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I do events and somebody goes, "You can come the night before and set up,"
No, that's
and I'm like, my stuff is not staying overnight.
that's only at certain facilities that I know are going to be locked.
yes, an
And it's fine.
inside building.
Yeah, not
where I
at
can
not,
trust.
not at Stephanie's, pond
That's right.
with the green stuff that might be on the speaker
Yeah,
wires.
but I've had people go, "You can leave it." No, I don't
Yeah.
leave. You can leave. No.
No.
I don't leave my stuff out of sight
No.
because there's too many
No, he
times.
doesn't.
There's too many times people will walk up with a microphone and
Oh, I-
think they're doing
no,
something
no,
funny.
I'll eat behind my gear.
Yeah,
I'll
I
leave
don't.
meat behind
We
my gear.
did dinner
I don't
wedding. I
wanna
stayed.
leave.
Yep.
I don't.
We had somebody at a festival, not a festival, but an event we did last week, and they wanted to do this little funny rap. It was for this cancer walk, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna do boom, drop the microphone." I said, "Not with my microphone, you're
My
not."
$400 to $500 microphone.
Yeah, you ain't dropping my microphone.
No.
When I hand it to him, like the one that I have $400 mics for when you're going to be standing in front of me, and then I used $800 one that you can walk across the field
Mhm.
with. Well, this particular day, they're like, "Well, we need that one because it's further," and I get it, and I hand it to him. I go, "This is $800. do you know what felonies I may do for this $800? And then they look at you and go, are you serious? I'm like, I'm really serious.
that's
You don't
nice.
drop that.
No.
Nope.
No.
Do you drop your child?
Lord,
Because, I
no.
mean, well, never mind.
Oh, we
Stephanie.
are in Georgia.
Stephanie has done that a few times. But don't drop my
Hey.
microphone.
I only broke her nose once. Thank you.
I was joking, Stephanie.
Oh,
Thanks for
man.
clarification there, Steph.
Yeah. We used to
It
swing.
was an
Okay,
accident.
let's talk about what's important. Do you ever drop your beer?
Yeah.
But then she gets another one. I'm like a child
That's right.
because you have to wait 9 months. For
I've seen her go through more trouble to not drop a beer than anything else. And look, she has no comment because she knows I have seen her. Listen, this girl is a slow paced, like a sloth moving through a tree.
Oh,
she is
whatever.
slow. I have seen this girl look like the road runner trying to not spill a beer.
like that.
She could juggle chainsaws as good as she caught those beers.
I'm doing effects with my hands
Yeah.
on radio, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. So
Yeah.
lots of pack.
Join
still
the
have
crowd.
YouTube, so,
We do that all the
Before
time.
people, we have 3 viewers. So.
Yeah.
Well,
One's my
that's
wife.
only what.
One's
it
my wife, one's
shows.
you.
Well, I was gonna say, and what's funny, and we laugh about the YouTube thing
Mhm.
because you got all these people that make money off of YouTube. But here's what we've learned:
Yeah.
is if you're watching from an IP address,
Uh-huh.
we can see you.
Yes,
If you're streaming from a phone,
we can't.
we can't see you.
Oh.
So if that's how hard it is for us to find out how many people's watching from their phone,
But
then how does that work for that guy that's supposed to make money off of how many views they get?
The 1.5 million clicks.
Kind of makes you question how legit is that?
Well,
too legit,
I mean, you
too
think about it.
legit to
YouTube's a
quit.
business. They have to make money.
They have to make money.
It's like Facebook.
That's right.
People get mad because all these ads on Facebook.
Yeah,
they
but
have
how
to
do you
make money.
think? They got to make theirs.
Yeah.
The best
Just
thing
like
about
you
Facebook,
do.
do you ever look something up and then go on Facebook and you notice that the ad's right there?
Yeah, I'm a little.
Yeah.
I love that.
Everything I do on
Because-
Amazon does that now.
Yeah, because it's all DJ gear and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it like keeps it on my face like, oh, you got to buy this. And dead
This
silence.
is
All right. No,
what-
I was fixing to read this. Is she like the phone commercial where the guy is trying not to drop his phone at work and juggles it all the way down the home
Until
all
he
the
gets
way
home.
Yes.
Until he gets home and
Yes.
he calls his wife.
And Stephanie is like that with the Bush beer. Typically,
No, Miller
Typically-
High Life Light. Thank you.
but
The champagne of
typically
beer.
she drinks it before she ever can come
Is
close to
that
the
dropping
Pabst?
it.
the champagne of beer. That I
And here's a
drink.
broke phone from Joe Leeper. Good Lord, what did you do to your phone, dude? He's got the Just for Fun app going and it's shattered. I'm assuming you juggled it across.
It's not PBR.
No, I don't like
Oh,
PBR.
man. Corona, man.
I love
Oh,
Corona.
I could drink Corona.
I've turned to Corona Light because started getting way too much. Just drinking regular
Oh yeah,
Corona.
you know this. It's just the beer.
When you become
It's
40
not-
years
it's
old.
not if it's light or not. It's
Yeah,
like Diet Coke. It's worse
Yeah.
for you people.
Yeah.
I'll have a double cheeseburger, large fries, and a small Diet Coke
Isn't that the funniest thing
that
you've
I
ever
can
seen?
refill
Yes. Multiple times.
multiple times.
Yes. I love that.
Oop! I hit the wrong one.
Or
Yeah.
they get water.
Yes. Look,
Well-
when I eat sushi, today's sushi, not last week's sushi.
Hey,
I drink water because I don't want to. I want to
Closest thing I
taste
get
it.
to eating sushi is eating shrimp.
Yes.
That's the closest I'm gonna get. I'm not eating a fish.
The
roll.
closest
I
I
am
Have you
not in
never had
Castaway.
sushi?
I've had.
Okay.
You know, but I'm not in Castaway. I'm not in an island where I have to eat
Where you
like
have to
that.
eat it like
I have
that.
to eat sushi. You know, so
the
it's a
closest
no.
I get to sushi is, I guess, scallops.
No, but you got to cook
That's
those.
that's cooked.
You cook those.
But exactly,
Scallops are
I
great.
don't eat.
Wait a
This is-
minute. You
this is
can't
how
even
you-
say that's close to sushi.
This is how you know you're
Yes,
poor.
it is.
Uh-huh.
This is how you know you're poor. Scallops are cheaper than chicken nuggets. Did you know that?
No. I
Okay,
didn't know.
so you fry,
Jesus, do you know what you just told her?
I just made her
Now
happy.
she's gonna eat
you
scallops.
fry
now.
up you fry up the
I
scallops. You
do.
fry up the scallops.
Bacon wrapped scallops.
There you go. You fry up the scallops. And you tell your kids it's chicken nuggets. That's what my wife did for the first like 4 years
That's
of my
funny.
son's wife.
You know, my daughter,
All the time.
my daughter wouldn't
She had
eat
no money.
catfish.
Well,
So
why?
we were going to a place in Tucker called Matthews, and we just would tell her it was chicken,
Mhm.
and she'd eat it.
Yeah.
So we learned to just start calling
Just
everything
everything's
chicken.
chicken.
So she
Yeah.
would eat it. Hey, is that chicken nuggets? That's chicken nuggets.
See, the only
Yeah.
time I don't eat catfish is when I go to a Chinese restaurant because it's really cat.
It's really cat. It just smells fishy.
That's funny.
He needs to go eat Henderson's then before
before
they go out of business.
Yeah.
Oh God.
the day today we're at 9:07. Let's shoot off to a commercial.
Okay.
I know that we got a late start on all these this morning. I'm so busy laughing I can't quit laughing over this.
JustForFunRadio.com.
And you know what's funny is you asked for this. You actually volunteered for this.
Well, this is my life. Stupidness.
And your wife's gonna be like,
no, she's listening. She's
she
actually,
laughing?
Yeah, she's laughing. My wife has a sixth sense of humor.
you know what's funny? She's probably
She
like
says
going
tastes like chicken.
tastes like chicken. She's on
Tastes like
Facebook
chicken.
going,
Does.
the moment you
Gator
think your
does.
husband couldn't sound any more stupider.
She knows that.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Yes, isn't that awesome? Thank you.
That's Stephanie's motto.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, everybody, hang tight. We'll be right back.
back.
What?
I'm the stupidest of all.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for clearing that up. You know, there's so much time that has been wasted of me wondering.
ABC News, Brian Williams, stupidest
This just
of
in.
all.
Oh
my God.
If y'all can see the smile on her face,
Listen,
she's smiling like a jackass eating briars. Like she really thinks she just did something.
Stop it now. Go to commercial.
No,
That's why we don't have a producer.
That's exactly right.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Just
We'll be right back,
commercial.
everybody.
cut.
Oh my God. If somebody would die laughing like she is. I'm laughing at you laughing.
There's something in here I'm allergic to.
Yeah, it's Scotty's bullshit.
No, we're not. Well, you're on the air with the podcast.
I can see it.
I know you could see me because it's called the podcast. So I'm calling my wife right now on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We have 5 viewers. We have 5 viewers right now. Oh, you can hear it. Yeah, you can hear it.
Oh yeah, because you're getting that 30 to 60 seconds.
There's a delay. Okay.
That would've been
Yeah,
one of
what's
the
that?
moments of
Oh man, that was. I thought that was going to be good.
Right.
No, there was a picture of a girl. Her head came up, and somebody else's head was on top of her. And then
yeah.
it was like a little kid.
And the
Oh man.
Hey, what's so funny is back before I quit working at bars, we're on the bus. Stop at the Walmart to get some diesel fuel. Bar in Monroe. Her daughter, and her husband's on the bus.
Yeah.
Getting off the bus. Her and her husband standing off the bus, getting gas, and I've never told you
Oh
this.
my God.
What?
You're talking about when Chris Jones.
No, I'm talking about Amanda right there. And
Who's Sandra?
that's her daughter.
That's your daughter?
Yeah. And
So the little one, the mama. Oh, beautiful young lady.
so
Beautiful baby.
as we're on the way there, she's like, "So is there gonna be a wet t-shirt contest tonight?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Man, I want to do it. Daddy's gonna be there." I said,
But this is Georgia. It's
I said,
okay.
it's gonna just be so odd.
Well,
since
this
I
isn't
know you."
Alabama
She's
or
like, "It's
Louisiana."
okay. I just don't want to do it with my daddy.
That's
there."
not a
I'm like,
problem if you're in Louisiana.
"Okay."
Or Alabama. Car wash, yeah.
The
Dancing.
what?
Dancing.
Oh
Car
yeah.
wash, yeah.
Chasing you. and
Mm,
chasing
The electric slide this.
You know what's funny? We was at this bar, right? So we kept doing this every week. This girl that was always number 3. I just referred to it. Yeah, I put my hand over her head and go, "Let's hit for number 3." Well, the last time I did any contest there was like the Saturday night before Father's Day. So I'm like, "All right, everybody, let's hear it for number 3," and we're spraying them down, and I get up the next morning and I go flipping through Facebook and I scroll down to one of my buddies sitting there taking a picture with his daughter for
Who was
Father's
number 3?
Day. I click on the picture, go, "Oh my God, this is number 3. Oh my God, number 3 is his daughter." She had just turned 18 and started hanging out in this bar, and she wanted to do all these wet t-shirt contests. And in my mind now, I'm like, Oh my God, I've been
No,
nosing down my
we-
Bundy's daughter.
You know, you hit an age where your kids become teenagers and they
Yeah.
become young adults. My son is 30, and I got 2 grandkids. And you sit there and you go, man, all of our friends' kids are getting older now, and they're 18, 19, 20.
Yeah.
And you sit there and go, oh, like gross.
Yeah. That's
Oh
my
my
problem
God.
is once my daughter become that same type of age, like when
Oh.
I go to Hooters now, the last time I went to Hooters was probably a little more than a year ago.
And you look at girls differently now.
I can't look at them.
You look at them
one
totally
walks
differently.
By, my buddy's like, man, check that one out. I said, that kind of looks like my daughter.
Yeah, I can't.
Boom, it ruined it.
It's gone.
And I can't do it. And then one girl, really voluptuous, really hot. She comes up, she starts just talking about her bills and da 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 da.
And you feel bad. You're like,
well, right.
you feel like the daddy. Well, you need extra money.
But then she speaks of her insurance. And I'm like, you should go talk to Karen and get some good insurance. She goes, well, I'm still on my parents' insurance. I'm like, oh,
stop it.
I mean, like, I can't help you now. You're still on your mom and daddy's insurance. How old are you? And she goes, oh, I'm 19. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Check, please. It's time to go.
No, I'm just like, stop it. It's all
right, let's go back. And we're back. Stephanie, don't do that.
Pee-pee.
Oh, my God. So we have this rule. That does not happen in the bathroom during the studio time. We had some guests come in about a month ago, and there's like 5 people in the studio, and 2 of the guests back to back go in there and drop deuces.
That's nice.
And it's like, I don't go to people's house to even do that. Like, I save that for my house. I don't take it to your house. So I
or
thought,
the QT.
how is it that we're out here doing a live show and you're in there squeezing one? I can't imagine it, man. Like,
well, when the turtle pops his head out, you can't stop it.
You take a stick, you hit him in the head, tell him to go back.
You squeeze, and he goes,
oh my God. It blew my ever-loving mind. I'm like, come on, man. You don't back-to-back deuce it up in my bathroom. We're right here live, and you're squeezing one.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
Oh, God.
Thank you. Oh,
Horrible.
that felt good.
So it's 9:15. You volunteered to come on this show.
It's only 9:15.
When you leave today, what's going to be your oh my God phone call to somebody? Like, did you hear this? We were totally stupid, dude.
Well, it's gonna be my wife's probably gonna call. We're gonna talk. Me and my wife are probably gonna talk.
She's going to be like, you can't ever go back there.
Then the 3 other people who put me on. So, no, a buddy of mine goes. No, he goes. Where was it? He goes.
I mean, this is Jackass Radio at its finest.
This is my type of radio.
And it is. You know, the thing, corporate radio, you can't say things. You can't talk about things.
No.
You got somebody on another side of the window pointing at you going, stop.
You have to, and this is the reason why I went to broadcasting school. I went to Center for the Media Arts in New York City, and I graduated, top of my class, and then I went to go starting internships, and I saw how radio was, where you're going to move, literally, to Walla Walla, Washington, and then 3
and my
weeks later,
brother, it's funny, my brother was there.
Yeah,
it's surprising you even know where that place is.
You're going to move to WZBO in Arizona 4 weeks later.
Right.
And I was like, I can't do this.
I have
that's
a
the reason why I
life.
got into mobile.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why I got into being a mobile DJ. So I always tell my wife, when I get old enough and the kids are out of school and I don't need to make the money from radio, I want to get into radio.
Right.
So she would be like, yeah, you could do this. And this is something that's great. I love doing stuff like this. This is perfect.
Yeah.
You know, we're not talking politics. We're only talking stupid.
And when we do talk politics, I try to talk about stupid politics.
There's
people,
so much.
Because people get so bored. You know, we used to have a girl on the show that always wanted to talk about, at the time, like Lady Gaga had just really come out. And everything was this and everything was that, what she wore. What I said, these people that are sick of watching Entertainment Tonight didn't tune into today's show to listen to this.
That's the reason why they're not listening to the Burt Show right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yes, because I don't want to hear about that.
And and the thing too is we created a show called Ladies Talk, and she's at it again stuff. Created a conversation about Ladies Talk because we wanted it to be like The View on steroids, because The View has 3 personalities. They all kind of hate each other, but secretly they gotta be like nice and sweet on camera.
Yeah.
And then you got the producers in their ear on a microphone going, you need to quit. You've gone too far.
Listening to other people while I'm speaking, talking at the same time where they're telling you what to say.
It ruins.
And I don't like having written copy.
Yeah.
Because I don't like, I'm dyslexic, which is a horrible
that's
thing
my problem.
as a DJ, because I phonetically have to put everything down. So I can't read copy. You know,
Man, you got a lot in common with me. I'll tell you, if you notice, everything's large.
Yes.
I've learned.
And he's wearing sunglasses.
Well, because I have photophobia too, which guess what? That's part of dyslexia. A lot of people don't
Really?
realize that. So
Really?
you may end up having light sensitive problems. They've now linked all this stuff together. So yeah, it's kind of odd when you start.
Well,
really
they say
reading.
that the people who have dyslexia are actually the smarter the people because our brains run quicker than
Yes.
everybody else's.
Yeah, and Steph, that doesn't apply to you. Yours just doesn't run. It's
I
like a
Yeah, it
slow
does.
cranking Chevy.
It just runs on
That's and
alcohol.
I have fecal phobia. That's why we don't poop in there. So
Wow, that's
that's why I don't go diving in the lake
Yeah,
because you know where the ducks go.
yeah, and see, my wife, when people go, why you got
and
a
the fish.
why you got a swimming pool when you got a lake in the backyard? It's like because my wife refuses to get in the lake.
Because it's clean.
The boat goes across the water, just nice for her. Everything she sees, all these people spraying the dog poop in their yards into the lake,
Yeah.
and then they eat that three-eyed bass.
I
Steph.
don't like them, and I don't like lake water. There's a funny taste to it.
Well, you're not
Right now.
supposed to drink it.
Well, you know when you dive in,
I know.
and you know when you get out, it's like I gotta take a shower now.
Yeah, well, God,
Gotta
yeah.
take a shower now, type of feeling.
I jumped in the other day just because I was about to have a heat stroke. That was
And he
was
has
the
a
first
pool.
time.
And he has a pool.
Well, no, this was building the pool.
Oh, building.
Yeah,
pool.
man, it was a 95-degree day.
But there's
and
nothing like taking that hose and putting it above your head, just
Yeah.
letting it just.
just let it run.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh,
Well,
that's nice.
Steph, where'd you go?
I was reading.
This happens when
something-
she tries to read.
Yeah, no, I was reading something that Heath sent in. In a special called session before its regular scheduled meeting Wednesday, the Conyers City Council voted unanimously to approve a property tax mileage rate increase.
And the city is different than the county. They both are attempting to do this, by the way. I just want to make sure we clarify. The meeting I went to the other day was for county, not city. So this one is just a same scenario, though. Go ahead.
To approve a property tax mileage rate increase to assure funds for public safety needs, including a new intelligence office devoted to gang activities.
Yeah.
The new rate
Colors.
Yeah. We're the second
Colors.
smallest county in the state, and yet we're paying more than most.
The new rate and increase
Little
of
light on you.
2.4 million will affect homes valued at 55,000 or more. The increase from last year's rate of 13.59 million to 15.99 million will generate additional funding for the Conyers Police Department.
And I'm sure they're going to know exactly where all
Yeah,
that
and
money is going to.
yes, and also if you have a house that's 20,000 or less, you're not even paying property tax. How fair is that?
Who has a
Really?
house 20,000 or less?
Just saying.
The guy in the trailer with
I guess.
with the smoky herb in the
Yeah,
back.
man.
Funding for the Conyers Police Department in the fiscal year 2016-2017 budget, a high priority of the mayor, council, and city officials. In order to stay competitive with all the agencies in Metro Atlanta, we had to increase.
Metro Atlanta. We're
Not
not.
even close to Metro Atlanta.
Hello, we're not the ATL.
We had to.
Not even Snellville.
Yeah, where everybody is somebody in Snellville.
We had to increase the budget.
We're talking about
Are y'all
property.
done now?
Yeah, man.
No, not really. You invited me.
That's right.
We had to increase the budget for public safety, said Isabel Rogers, chief financial officer for the city. Due to the current climate in the country, it's difficult to hire and retain law enforcement officers. A major new
Wait a minute. Let's stop there.
for-
Stop there. There's a reason why you're having a problem keeping law enforcement officers. Very simple. You're not paying them enough.
That's
Exactly.
exactly.
Listen, where I'm from, Nassau County and Suffolk County. We have like 5 counties in Long Island. There's Nassau County, Suffolk County, and then there's Brooklyn, Queens. Well, actually,
But-
there's 4. So, and there's like 8 million
but
people
they're
in the
called
area.
borough.
No, Nassau. There's the 5 boroughs of New York:
Oh, okay.
Bronx,
Okay.
Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. I put Staten Island last because everybody hates Staten Island. So then you have Nassau County and you have Suffolk County.
Okay.
Nassau's in the center, and Suffolk's where the 2 tails come out of Long Island.
Okay.
Suffolk County cops, when I left, made close to $100,000 a year.
What? Are you
Thank you.
serious?
Your cops here on the ATL start at less than someone who's flipping
Less than
burgers.
30. Yeah.
Okay, and you know you make
Oh my God.
yeah. So that's the reason why you're And then the new and hates it. We're going to go right
And
political.
then,
And we're right to political. The illegals who are doing anything
Yes.
bad
Mhm.
are the victims.
Yes. Poor.
And why would a cop?
pitiful them.
Why would I want to be a cop when
Right.
I can't do my job correctly? When we grew up,
Mhm.
you were taught, cop says stop,
You
You
stop.
you
stop.
stop.
Yes.
Mhm.
Everybody knew that, no
Yeah.
matter
Yes.
where you were.
Yes.
It's like in the last 4 years, even less.
Mm-hmm.
The victim is the guy who's shooting
it's
the
gotten
cop.
so bad.
Yes.
It's like in Minnesota, the guy pulled the gun on the cop. The guy had 20 something rounds in his pistol, compared to the cop who has 6.
Mhm.
You know, and he bought that gun illegally. Got that gun illegally.
But the cop is the bad guy.
The cop is the bad guy. And
Yes.
why do you want to become a cop?
Yes.
Why would you want to become a cop?
Okay, how about this? This is from an auto parts store.
Ooh.
So how about one of my customers was in the store for like 5 minutes the other day. While he was in the store, his pistol was stolen out of his truck.
Are you serious?
And that's just being and that's just right there on 138. Like,
yeah,
that's what we've become, unfortunately.
Yeah. And that's the bad part. And so why would you want to become a cop?
Yeah.
There was a time when, you heard about, the sheriffs, and the sheriffs was in charge, and nobody messed with the sheriff.
No.
You don't mess with the sheriff.
Yeah.
No,
Like
no,
back
no.
in the day, back in
Yeah. Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I'm sure that would really happen. The sheriff would follow him across
Right.
state lines. Puberty.
So
Yeah.
many
know?
laws
I just
broken
watched that
there.
the other night too.
Yeah,
So,
that's an
kinda
awesome
funny.
movie. But it's because why would you want to become a cop?
That's right. Well, it's just like when my brother became a cop, it was starting pay at like $24,000. But in his mind is like, I do not want to be around here. So that's
No.
why he went out there. He's
Yeah.
like, if I'm going to be a cop, I'm going to go out to the
Let's go out
country
further.
where I get
Let's
go out
treated
further.
better. You know?
I mean, Snellville. How many people live in Snellville?
Man,
It's
I lived
the
there
big-
for 14 years.
It's the biggest.
Yeah.
Isn't it that one of the biggest counties?
One of the biggest. Gwinnett,
Yeah. So
And you don't mess around in Snellville.
no.
though.
Well, you don't really
I'm
fart
in
around in
Loganville.
Gwinnett.
I'm in Loganville. There's
Gwinnett
cops
and Walton.
everywhere.
That's
in
right.
Loganville. Everywhere in Loganville, and crime rate has gone up in Loganville.
That's crazy. But it has also just been coming right down 78. Just like us. It's coming
Yeah.
right down I-20.
Well, that's one of the
Yeah.
reasons why people left Long Island,
Mhm.
because you would move out farther, and all
it
the
would
people that you
follow-
and this is not a racial thing, but all the people who were bad in New York moved out farther towards you because they could afford to.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would keep on moving, and then all of a sudden there's ocean, so you got to move.
That's right.
You got to go out of state.
Well, we always tell people it's that 5-year, 10-year, and 20-year plan.
Ugh.
Like right now, I know if we decide to pick up and move, if I just move to Newton, that's only a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
Because I already know in 5 years it's going to be there.
Yeah.
Then it's, do you pick up and go to Social Circle? Well, that's only going to be a 10-year plan.
Yeah.
So do you just pick up then and move even further, knowing that you're going to have a 20-year plan and hope you're dead by the time the crazy
the
starts?
way you got to look at it is how much are they building around your area?
Right.
Right.
Okay, that's how you figure it out, because that's when people start going that way.
How
And
about
it's not
this one?
houses; it's how many Burger Kings and McDonald's are being built around your area. That's why Social
Yeah.
Circle's so cool, because you have like 3 restaurants.
That's right, and they stopped a lot of stuff building. Right.
Yeah.
Right. How about this? And see if you catch how this was said, and I giggle. So Rockdale County, right now, the resale of used houses is up, and we are selling them like hotcakes.
Yeah.
I said, do you not catch the fact that means everybody's leaving Rockdale?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just have resales. That means some houses got to be empty.
We have houses around our area that have been up for sale over and over and
Right.
over again. Either A, there's 3 things that could be wrong. It's haunted.
Right.
Yeah.
2, the foundation or everything is for crap.
Right.
Or the people like, I don't want to.
I don't want to live here.
Yeah.
Well, and if they're raising our property taxes, which they're trying to do, you're fixing to slow down that everybody's moving to Rockdale.
You're gonna,
Yeah.
because
definitely-
nobody's going to want to move here.
taxes
And
don't make things happen.
God.
and yeah, because
Well, you know what I said was, you got all these problems that need to be fixed. Let's throw some more money into it. That's going to fix it.
Well, a perfect example. I don't know how much of the show, how far back you started listening, Lou.
Mm.
But I've lived here personally in Rockdale County since 2001. Situations happen. We lost our house, anyways. So we wanted to stay in the county so she could finish. So
Sure.
my daughter
School.
could finish school.
Of course.
We moved 3 miles down the road from the house that
Where you were,
in.
yes.
Yeah.
Within a month of being at that particular home, which it was in a nicer neighborhood, a brick home, a nicer, big, huge yard, nice house. Within a month of being there, we had nine police reports done
Wow.
from stuff being stolen.
So she
you.
was determined to move out of that house.
yes,
Ask her where she moved.
I don't want to know. Do I
Just
wanna
ask
know?
her.
Where'd you move?
right next door.
Hell yeah.
Brilliant. But listen to this now.
But in all honesty, we haven't had any more. Yeah, we haven't had
She's
any
so
more
sweet.
problems.
Go figure.
We have 4
How does it make
cameras
any
up.
sense? We're going to move from this house. We're only going to move 40 feet this direction, and the crime stopped.
It did. It did. I promise you.
Something is
crime
wrong
stopped.
here.
Come
You
to
know
find out,
what?
it was the landlord was stealing
The
our
landlord
store
was stealing your. Oh my god.
Well, an
the landlord-
assumption.
and his buddy. That
An
yes,
assumption.
Yes.
In
The
her
landlord.
opinion. So I just got this from the auto parts
Mr.
store.
Roper was stealing your stuff.
Yes.
Being right next to Little Mexico in Rockdale County.
No man, don't make fun of it, man. Oh man.
Because the apartment complex is heavily occupied by
I thought-
illegals.
Jim,
I
man, don't
thought
do it to make
that's
fun of my place, man. I live
What
there.
Sunrise was.
Me and my wife Maria.
That's a
and my
trailer
3
park.
children, man.
But I thought they called that Little Mexico.
Stephanie,
Mexico.
are you really going to have a debate with me about the proper
No, I just
My
want
2
to know
kids. I got
assignment.
Maria. I have Jose. And
how many
I have
different
Alvaro.
places is Little Mexico in
Stephanie,
Conyers?
does it really have to be accurate?
I work at the
Yes.
Publix, man.
Because it matters.
Little Mexico.
Because Mexican lives matter.
Scumrise Trailer Park is Scumrise Trailer Park.
Well, that's a chicken dance. You know, the chicken dance is a polka from like Italy and Germany. It's a Mexican hat dance.
Oh my God. Stephanie.
Tango.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yo quiero taco.
How sad is it that Stephanie's like, which one is properly Little Mexico? I need to know. Which one does the Mexican mayor reside at?
Which one really has Mexicanos in it?
Both. One's a trailer park, one's an apartment complex.
Dumb man,
the trailer
Stephanie, you
park
know,
has
man.
a stuff. It has a store.
I don't live in no trailer park,
everything
man.
is
I got
Well,
my El Dorado.
The apartment
We
complex
good,
has
man. We good.
same thing. It has a little strip center that has a laundromat and a Mexican store and all that kind of stuff.
I got my little thing with
Well-
Selena. And La Selena. That's the best movie. I could watch that movie.
But you know
over
what's
and over
sad
again.
is look how old that is, and you still got people worshiping her. It's almost
Selena?
like our Elvis.
Well, look at Elvis. Jeez.
Elvis ain't dead.
I've got almost every corner is Little Mexico around here lately.
Mexico. Yo, Mexico, man.
Go look next to Goodwill.
Ese.
Oh, yeah.
They just,
Is that a word?
They just built a Goodwill over in Loganville, and I went, it's time to get out.
Yeah.
My wife goes and she goes, this is awesome. And I went,
Is it the one behind KFC? Is that where they put it?
No, they put it where the next to Ingalls, which I always thought that would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
a
yeah,
great
to the right,
spot
right,
for a
right.
movie theater.
Right.
If you're listening and you have any pull in Loganville,
Yeah.
we need a movie theater.
Yes.
Understand, people? We need entertainment.
I'm surprised
or
they haven't built
these
one.
kids are just going to hang out in the Walmart parking lot and keep
Yeah.
on screwing crap
That's
up
right.
with their big trucks and blowing the black. What's the black stuff that comes out of the truck?
Oh, it's all the
It's
diesel.
How stupid is that?
Yeah.
It's exhaust.
Well, it's
It's
kind of like
horrible.
the guys that vape and they keep blowing the big clouds. I mean,
Do you vape?
No.
Do you vape?
Occasionally.
Okay.
She might never. mind.
Hey!
It's 9 o'clock. I can't
She's
go
fifth
there.
grade, huh? It's 9:30. We're getting closer to
Oh, my
kids should
God.
be in school by now. If you're not in school, that means you're going to be a fool.
Stay in school.
And I got the guy that had his gun stolen out of his truck. Should have been wearing his gun.
I didn't have my
Well.
concealed carry on me. I got pulled over the other day, and I didn't get a ticket, which was the nicest cop that I got pulled over on Ronald Reagan. I put my hand. It's very simple. You get pulled over. There's a few things that you should
Do
do.
what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
do what they say.
You stop.
Yes.
You
Stop,
automatically
drop, and
roll
listen.
down your window. You get your stuff out.
Yes.
C, you put your hands on the wheel.
Yes. 2 and 10,
Or
just like
out
you're
the-
driving.
Or out the window.
No, no, you put it right on the wheel. That's it. When he turns, you turn towards him.
Yeah.
And you talk to the cop in a
Yes.
nice manner. So I was going 65 on a 55, and he pulled me over. He says I was weaving in and out. I wasn't. So nicest cop, he said, that I had nothing on my record because I did everything correctly. And my wife did this the other day also. They didn't give us a ticket.
Right.
So if you do the right thing, no one's going to pull you over.
That's
now,
right.
Now, people would say that's white privilege, but I'm not white. I'm Italian. There's a big difference.
I'm so sick of hearing white
Yeah, you're
privilege.
tan.
We have people
My
that keep
daughter's got
saying
beautiful
that.
olive color. She actually went for a photo shoot in Fernbank. museum. They have a new part that's going to be building up in there, and she's got that look where she can look Latino, she can look Arabic, she could look anything else but white.
Right. Stephanie has a look like that too. It's called confused. What? I'm sorry.
Snaggle. Okay, Shaggy.
So she goes for this photo shoot.
It just got really heavy. So she gets up there and everything like that, and she thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So because she doesn't look white.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like all the kids that were white didn't get in the photos.
Right.
And my daughter didn't understand why. Why is that important, Daddy? I said, because you fixed towards a bunch of people,
right? Not
just one.
Well, anybody can just assume you're one of them.
One of them, which is a good thing,
right?
So where were we going with this?
I don't know, because you took it down the racist rabbit hole. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know, Mike.
Look, it's the chair.
Yeah,
so listen,
chair.
I just got Stephanie is a master vapor.
Master vapor. Master vapor all the time. Military.
And then I got this. There's this weird white guy that walks around from area to area and goes through the cigarette ashtrays and picks out the cigarettes and smokes them.
That's
How
what
gross.
military Mike's doing right now.
Oh my God, that is
my
gross.
Neighbor used
because you're
to
putting
do
your
that.
lips to somebody else's.
Yeah,
and you don't know where
you don't
their
know
lips have been.
who they are. Or it might be in the cigarette.
That's right.
Yes, that's nasty good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my neighbor
then you're gonna
used
get
to do that.
catfish.
And back when we smoked, we had a butt bucket.
When
we
smoked.
Yes, when we smoked.
When?
We actually did smoke cigarettes.
And you put them all in the same bucket, yeah.
Yes.
Ugh.
And it was a metal butt bucket. Well, we forgot, we didn't empty it one night, and
I'm gonna throw
one
it.
of us
I'm
threw a
I'm thinking of that wet ashtray smell.
It's right
now.
there. You know when it's right there, and you.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was worse because it
It's
caught
worse.
fire and there was no water, but Travis had to put it out.
So you
And how did he do it?
You know how he did it.
Oh my God.
like
But
a
no,
donkey in
here's
Shrek.
the-
Like
here-
donkey in Shrek. That's all. That's the
Here's the
picture you
gross
put onto
part.
it.
Hold on.
Donkey Shrek.
That's right.
Here's
First
the
movie.
gross part. The neighbor
Wait.
that lived
Here's the gross part. So there's gross.
There's more.
the neighbor that lived across the street from us.
And this
he
was the house
he
that
was
you
a
got
big
robbed in.
stoner. No. This was the old house.
Big stoner.
The
man.
He was-
old house.
He was a stoner, a drunk, all
You
that.
notice that there's a lot of stoner references on this.
Well, he comes walking up, and I happen to see him like digging in the butt bucket.
Dude, man, that's
And
good stuff.
he-
man.
Crackhead,
After
man.
he peed.
Yes, exactly. And
This
he
is good
gets
Jeebish.
he had filterless cigarettes, but he ended up getting one of the filters off of one of the butts that was in there to put on the cigarette that he was smoking out of. And so he puts it together.
Oh, God.
And lit it and is sitting there smoking it. And I told him,
Luke can't handle it.
I said, dude, you do realize that caught fire. And
Oh,
Travis had to
Stop,
pee
Mike,
on
you
it to
can't
put
the
it
headphones
out.
on.
And he was like, oh, I thought it tasted funny.
Ugh.
You just got it.
You have
How-
to listen to this every
How
day.
weird is it if he goes like this?
The poor dog has to listen to this.
He's smoking. He's like, this must be one of Travis's.
This is a Travis special. It was so gross. It was
And just
so
think,
gross.
she hangs out with these people.
No, I don't. Not anymore.
Not
I-
anymore.
I
You know,
have
this is
a-
the not anymore factor,
I have
which
a better
implies
class of
that you
people.
were hanging
Better
out with
class
these
of
people.
loser, right?
Oh my
That's
God.
No,
my
at least
wife just
everybody
texts gross. Please stop talking about it.
At least everybody in this neighborhood that I live in now work, unlike the one that I moved out of.
So let me just put Lou's wife in a really weird place. So
Oh,
the other night, Steph does a live YouTube video, and during this is live Facebook, and in the video, Travis is farmer tan, no t-shirt, hat on his knees, playing with the dogs. Stephanie is singing along with the song, I Had the Time of My Life by Dirty Dancing.
Love that.
And Travis is dancing with the dogs. It's strange. Stephanie's singing, the dog's licking his
And then what was the
nipples.
worst
He was
part?
not
The worst
licking
part
it.
was she went for the leap.
Yeah, no.
I was trying to get him to do the leap, but he wouldn't.
At the end, she's going, Travis, pick up the dog and spin the dog around your head like the movie.
Yeah, he
When
wouldn't do
white redneck lives matter.
Stop it.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
And then they said we was
I'm
just
beginning to-
doing it
it's
just for
hurting
fun.
right here. You know, right there
Yep.
in the abdomen where it hurts when you laugh.
Yeah, you.
My
pull the
wife knows how
muscle.
that feels because she sees me naked.
Yeah, well, you know that happens around here too.
I'll make sure I'm
Not
not
your
sure-
wife, but my wife. Make sure we clarify.
Yeah, that was not you.
He snorted.
And now that we got a pool, you're seeing everybody in their basically
In
in
their
their undies,
skivvies?
and you're like,
Ah.
wow, is that why? Yes, everybody needs to
Or
start
in your
swimming in
clothes.
a white shirt. Yeah, everybody just keeps coming over here getting in my clothes. Stephanie spent all these years trying to get in my drawers and actually had them on the other night while she was swimming.
Yeah. I didn't try to get in your
No,
drawers.
no,
Shorts.
No,
Try to get in my
I'm not going
shorts.
to go there.
Yeah, and just think I didn't have on anything underneath.
Just think
there.
your nutties were rubbing where my nutties go.
Yeah, whatever.
Nutty buddies.
It's horrible.
It's horrible, isn't it?
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Is it commercial time?
Yes,
yet?
it is. We over talked a commercial. You know, that's the good thing about the producers being here telling us to stop talking.
We don't
All right,
got
everybody,
no
hang tight. We
producers.
will be right back. It's just fun radio. And
Yeah,
if
thanks.
you've not spit coffee out of your nose yet,
I'll try harder.
there's still more time. So hang loose.
We got 20 minutes. That's awesomeness.
I just got Jacob going, ha ha ha.
Yeah, about that.
That's awesomeness.
Over for hours.
Hold on, baby. I gotta answer.
All right, now I got to find you on Facebook. What's your last name, Stephanie?
I sent you a friend's request.
Did you? That I'm probably a friend.
Yeah.
What do you do full time?
DJ.
So that's what you. So you just went for it then.
Yeah, we when I got here, I worked for a company called Uline for a little bit, and then we're friends. Then got back into DJing like 2 months later, and worked for this company, Spectrum Entertainment, because nobody else would hire because I'm a New York DJ, ready to go. I can be, and they hired me, and they said, okay, let's put you on a gig, see how it's going to be, and it was a company party. First thing I asked was, what about overtime?
Right.
Nobody does overtime here. I went an hour and a half overtime. You can work any gig that you want. So I worked for them for about a year. And then they started going, you've got to come in here. You have to work full time with us, full time. I don't know. I've done that in the past. It's really not don't worry, this stuff, blah, blah, blah. So a year later, it's like me and my wife started talking about it. She's like, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. So she went to go pick up a check from them. And they cornered her, brought her into an office, and this is going to be Lou's office. This is going to, don't worry. One of my bosses, Chris, used to be partial owners of Chippendales. He goes, I have enough money to where we don't have to have sales for 3 years, and this company can run. And don't worry, we have all this, and you're going to get insurance. We have insurance. We have, we get retirement. I have Aflac. Get a regular check. And then get DJ check. So gave it a shot, and I've been there now for going on 10 years. So I get to hang out all day long, talk to the brides, talk about music, and this is something I've always wanted to do again.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So anytime Mike can't be here, just call me, let me know.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
I'll show up.
That's what I say. Anytime you want to hang out, dude, you
Just
got a
let me
free
know.
moment. I mean, even if Mike's here, you can still come hang out. We just always try to keep it going. Like with me, I was DJing weddings and just stuff, having fun. In 08, the construction was dying.
Yeah, and
I got
push it.
lucky that a family I was working for still had enough bankroll that when everybody was losing their houses, they were buying them.
Good.
And then we were remodeling them. So in 08, when everybody else was
When the
like
bubble
hurting,
burst, yeah.
I'm like getting phone calls. Hey, you want to buy my guns? No, dude, I better save my money. Well, then at the end of 08, even though these people were buying the houses, the people that were renting them had stopped paying.
Yeah.
So now these people were in a mess. So I said, man, I've got to make a decision. And every bid that we would give, people would never do. You know, we give them a low bid to do their work, and they still wouldn't do it.
Mm.
And I basically had to make a decision. I called it my seesaw. My construction had went down, and I was having to make money DJing.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where these bike scenes I was in, all these bar owners are like, dude, I'll pay you cash.
Show up and just have a good
Come
time.
here and party on Friday night. And that's just like,
I'll do
why
that.
would I say no to that? I
It's
have
cash
to pay
money.
my house payment.
See, that's the thing. We have guys in the business that are like, you should charge a certain amount and this and that. The show. Well, you know what? I got 15 DJs to keep busy, so I'm just going to sell the gig. I'm not going to sell it for low ball cheap,
Right.
but I'm going to sell the gig. We still got to make money on it and this and that. And you know, I'm going to go out for a higher price.
Right.
You know, I mean, my average rate is like $1,700 to go out. So it comes to where I don't have to work. I don't have to freak out. My wife doesn't have to work. She works because she wants. And it's a good thing. It's a good life.
That's good.
Because I get to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
and I'm
why
gonna
I gave
secure,
up the other and
I'm
went.
gonna secure. And people are like, why don't you own your own business? Because I don't want to.
Well, the stress that comes from
I don't need that. I don't need that. I just want to. Let's buy 20 new uplights.
it.
Okay, I
Okay.
think we should. Okay, and there's a few other salesmen with us, and they're also selling the same stuff. So we have people backing on top of each other. You know, it's just stressless.
Hell, that's cool.
It's the way to do it, man. It's the way to do it.
That
You know,
is.
and especially coming from where I came from, we were making good money with the DJ, but it just wasn't doing. Yeah, my wife goes too much hassle.
And see, with
Yes,
us,
honey.
I just got to where I just didn't want to. You know, after being my own boss doing construction, I was like, man, I worked the first thing as long as I had to build this, and then
Yeah,
it's like,
I will not. I don't
man.
want to work. I don't want to work. So I don't want to do bars. I don't want to do karaoke. I don't want to do I want to do weddings. I'll do a holiday party when it's holiday season, but I try to do as little as possible. I don't want to do mitzvahs. I don't want to do any of those. I don't even want to do corporate events during the week.
And see, I don't do anything during the week anymore. I
Mhm.
got burned out. I want to be home. Plus, I
Yeah.
have to be up now at 5. I don't
Yeah.
want to be up late.
And if you can make money doing this, what's wrong with that? There's nothing.
And
wrong
I
with
did a wedding about a month ago, I guess, and it was a bad taste. The first bad wedding. I've
Where
ever
was it?
done. It was at a country club, and what I normally have to ask the people, I have to say, is the wedding reception and the wedding in two different
different
places?
yeah.
Because I have to set up.
Yeah,
and
two different.
If,
two different
if you
sound systems.
expect me to be able to do the wedding and have music in 5 minutes, means I have to set up 2 gears.
Yeah.
If you can allow the 30 minutes, which is what it usually takes for people to walk back.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm like, I'll be set back up, no problem. She goes, not a problem. The wedding's in one hall, the reception's in another hall. Well, in my mind, like I've done Evergreen several times.
Yeah.
Their rooms are called halls.
Yeah.
I pull up on the property and I ask the guard about the wedding I'm going. He's
Was
like,
it down
"Oh,
the
yeah."
pavilion?
Well, it's the wedding's here, and 300 yards away is the reception.
Oh, so were you like in the
Two
pavilion? Were
completely
you down by the
separate.
water?
I was just at a whole nother
Oh,
building.
you
at
were
this
you.
country club.
Okay. Yeah.
It
I
was just
gotcha.
like, and then I had to set upstairs for the wedding and run down, load back in the van, drive, set
Yeah,
back up.
it's tough.
Yeah,
It's 2 sound systems.
it drove me nuts, and I didn't make any more money, and I should have said something.
No, we're talking me and Scotty both. DJs,
Yeah.
So.
All right, you guys and girls and
Squirrel.
Stephanie's relatives, you know, we don't want to classify them. They can be wherever they want to. The cigarette ashtray, bud machine, the cooler. If you reach in the cooler, if you reach in the cooler to grab a beer and you go, "Whose Gatorade spilled?" Just know that's not the case.
No, that's off limits. No.
Wait a minute. So Redneck Live say you can pee on everything but the cooler.
Yeah, because that's where the beer goes.
the
You
Yeti.
don't want the beer to go.
Yeah. Yeti, really?
Well, what you do?
That's
is
a little
you
overpriced for
you
them.
take the foam
whatever.
container and you write Yeti on it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeti sounds like get ready.
I have. You know
You
what?
know,
I have
that's
3 huge coolers in my garage, and we never use them. You
That's
buy them
smart.
once because you go to the beach, and you
Yeah.
buy it because you
Yeah.
need it for the beach. Then you bring it home, and it stays in the garage.
That's right. I hate coolers, man. That's why when somebody tried to convince me to spend some money on a Yeti, it will keep your stuff super cold for hours. I'm like, I don't plan on my beer being in there long enough.
That's why I have a refrigerator.
That's right.
Yeah,
And
we-
look, we got a big cooler that belongs to somebody else right outside under my deck now, and I have
And it just sits there.
yeah.
And then it gets all black and green inside.
That's right.
And you're like,
That's
"Do I
right.
really wanna
So
put
the
what
big
I'm
one
gonna put
belongs
on
to
the-"
one person because the big one was here dirty. They borrowed my smaller one, and they now have my smaller one, which means I don't have it. And now I've got one out front that I think my wife bought, and it's the only cooler that we actually own at this moment.
Yeah, because any other time you say,
Bring a cooler.
Yeah, you tell us.
Well,
to
because
bring
I
our
know
little
y'all
cooler.
drink out of yours enough that yours is always clean.
Yes.
Mine's
Oh,
not.
yes.
Mine sits there for
I don't
months.
think we owned a cooler back up.
I can't even stand
And
for the outside.
because I
to
ride
get-
Harleys, I have what's called a cooler bag. That's it's made from a company that's exactly the dimensions and everything as my bag.
Yeah.
My saddle bag. So in other words, if me and my people are going to go ride on a hot summer day, I take this cooler bag, I throw it full of bottles, put ice in it, stick it right in the bag of the bike, and we actually use it all the time because in my mind I know I have to keep it clean because I'm going to use it again on the bike.
Because you use it even when you're not on the bike.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Thanks for paying attention.
I'm sorry.
What is it that you're attempting to
the
do over
prize
there?
today for Stephanie is
I know she's always somewhere when she's just kind of going, yeah, and she has no idea what she's yeah.
Well,
What are you looking
Thank
at?
you. Thank you for
I
playing
was
along.
getting the YouTube back up to see if anybody had answered, and
The
there's one
YouTube.
person that's answered.
Isn't that great?
So-
I love when people
What
say
a-
that. The
answered.
YouTube or
Yeah, the YouTube. Yeah.
Chime in.
Are you
for
the
fun
band?
to
You're
chime
the
in.
band?
Yeah.
No, I'm not the band.
So if you're watching us on
I
YouTube,
get that. I
just-
show up at a wedding and I'm
Yes,
carrying
I'm snorting.
speakers, and they go, "You the DJ?"
Nah.
Nope.
Nope.
I was actually stealing these speakers, and you just busted me.
So if you're watching us on YouTube, give a quick hello on there real quick.
Yeah, I wish I could make the sound on YouTube sound so much better, but trying to stream live YouTube, it's complicated because they make you use Google Hangout, and it just sucks because they try to it treats being live as a phone call, which confuses the computer. So
And Jacob's saying that the movie The Neverending Story will be in theaters for 2 days. Did
That's
y'all
a
hear
great
about
movie.
this?
That's a great
no,
movie.
No.
that was
Never
a
Ending.
kid
That was a
movie.
great kids movie.
Yes, it was.
I always wondered why they didn't do a part 2.
They did.
Yeah,
they?
and it
They did. The
bombed.
part
it
2 was
bombed?
horrible because
Oh,
they tried to do
really?
the same thing and it just was pathetic.
Well, it's kind of like
Yeah.
Independence Day
See-
2. That was horrible.
When the
what
horse
happened was
see, do you remember the movie at all? When the horse dies in the beginning, it was like a shattering of goodness
Mhm.
in as a child because I saw it as a kid. Like the
Yeah.
horse dies.
Right.
Oh my God.
You can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
Because it was nothing.
That's right, because it was about nothing. The
Which is
nothing.
pretty much
The nothing.
Pokemon
The
Go.
nothing.
Yes.
So pretty much that is the truthness. It's Pokemon Go. Nobody reads the book anymore.
Look at Steph's face. Like
She's
you
like,
just
I like
depressed her.
Pokemon Go.
I do. I have it on my phone.
It's the closest thing to exercise she
See?
gets
They said
besides
this-
running to the
Bite
bathroom.
me.
They said that Pokemon Go has actually been good for businesses because they've been putting spots where these
Yep.
businesses have been failing.
Right,
And
right.
people
right.
are actually going, there's an ice cream shop here?
Yeah, I never knew that. I never walked around and opened my eyes.
Well, it's because you were too busy looking down.
Yeah.
And now you got to look up to swipe and grab the ball.
So
for the
if this
thing.
is the case, they need to make those Google glasses. Well, they're still not going to be. They'll be looking at the glasses and not what's in front of their faces, though. I was just thinking, make Google glasses. Then they can walk, do the Pokemon, and notice where they're walking. But truthfully, you
and
know,
you see a bunch of people doing this.
yeah, they're still good. Yeah,
Damn it, I can't get the ball back. Get the
that's
ball
right.
back.
I think it would make for a great video, though.
Hello, Brett.
Hello, Brett. Hey, Jim, Mike.
And you
He
just
said hello on the YouTube.
on the YouTube.
On my
On the
YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay,
Yes, on the YouTube.
Sugar.
So I said hello back to him on the YouTube.
I see that, Steph. We heard you.
Oh.
Thanks for
Did you hear me?
clarification.
Did,
You know.
did you really hear me?
I'm just gonna take advantage of sound effects today.
I was so worried about being PG-13, but I realized that you guys are worse than I.
But
Well, you
you're
know,
talking-
we just have to try to do word substitutes.
Yeah. And you were talking about Pokemon Go. Did y'all hear that there's a family?
It's
or
like the substitute.
they're suing. They're suing the makers of Pokemon Go because
For?
they made their home a Pokestop. So there's people that's actually coming on their property
Isn't that
and
called a
looking in the
whorehouse? A
windows.
Pokestop?
Yeah, that's definitely front yard.
They're looking in the windows. They're trampling over their grass, over their flowers, and
Well, that's
You know-
why they made it illegal in cemeteries.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
right.
Newton did that. Didn't Newton?
I don't know if they
County,
did. I know-
the
I
town
know-
of Newton did that. You can't have a Pokemon.
I know
cemetery.
Rockdale, our city of Conyers is
Yeah.
having a problem with all the people in and out of cemetery because it closes at dark, right?
oh,
So,
does it?
Yeah, all
Oh.
cemeteries close at dark, Steph. It's like a park, Steph. Though you know the one you make out in.
Why is there a
Oh,
fence around a
oh.
cemetery? Who are they trying to keep out and who are they trying to keep?
Yeah.
And who says that you can't get up at like 8 o'clock at night and go visit your
Oh,
mom
and
at the
when
cemetery?
this thing,
the
the
gate
first-
being closed says you can't.
the first week that Pokemon Go happened, there was people were doing it in Central Park, New York, and they put one of the big Pikachu. Is Pikachu like the one of the hardest ones to get?
Yes.
So they put him in the center of Central Park.
Right.
And they said it was like a rush. It was to
Holy
that park
cow.
trying to get
Wow.
the Pikachu. So
And all the guys doing armed robbery are like, yeah, this is like
Dude.
throwing bread to the menace.
Now, one of them, I can't remember if it was in New York or if it was another big city. They were searching for one of the Pokemons and they found a dead body.
oh, that
Oh,
happens.
yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now the kids are looking down and actually looking around the world.
And
Where the
actually
hell
paying
is it?
attention.
Where
How
is it?
about this? So me and my wife are leaving the access road coming from where the Conyers, Walmart, Home Depot, and all that is, and we're fixing to turn left on the access that would take us into where Kohl's and all that is. So we're sitting there. We're at a three-way intersection. So I'm looking at the expressway, and all of a sudden I hear, oh my God! And I'm like, I'm jumping because I'm thinking, are we fixing to get hit? Is somebody coming around Office
We
Depot?
gonna die!
She said, there's a two-headed ostrich. And I'm thinking, some cool crap, dude. Where?
What?
And I'm looking around at whatever she's trying to see. And she's like, and she shakes her phone at me. Like, I'm supposed to know what shaking your phone at me means. She says, drive over there in front of Chuck E. Cheese. I think that's where it is. My wife
Think
doesn't,
about it.
my wife doesn't
Let's put a
sound country
Pokemon
like
stop
that,
for old men to go next to
Yeah,
Chuck E. Cheese. That
Chuck E.
works out
Cheese
really
is
good.
a Pokestop.
I'm gonna capture the little
Chuck E. Cheese
Pokemon.
is a Pokestop. Would you
Chuck
re-
E. Cheese
would you
is a
read
That's
Pokestop.
rephrase
nasty.
that, Stephanie?
Nasty.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Nasty.
Say it differently. Just say
Chuck
it differently,
E.
please.
Let me say it like a creepy old man. Chuck E. Cheese is a Pokemon stop.
It's a Pokestop.
It's
That's
a
what they're called. Is a
Pokestop.
Pokestop.
Yeah, but it's you've now painted this image in my head of all these weird
Hey,
people
I-
hanging outside of Chuck E. Cheese more so than they
have
already
the long
are.
trench
Now-
coats on. It's 97 degrees out. I'm for the Pokemon. Where are they?
So we're
Mellow
gonna
Mushroom
assume all the pokey people are gonna chase the child molesters off now.
and Mellow Mushroom is one too. But
That's
not
where all the
as bad
stoners
as-
go. Dude, man. But we
Man, you're
tried-
messing up my buzz, man.
We tried mellow mushroom when we first got here. Everybody's like, "Oh, mellow mushroom's awesome."
And
It's really not that good pizza.
well, you're Loganville. Johnny's. We used to go to Johnny's a lot.
Which is
there.
even
I don't know.
worse.
Okay, I was gonna say
Johnny's is
I don't know how it is.
You want
now.
good pizza? And I'm gonna give them a plug.
Okay.
Fratelli's
Oh yeah.
78.
Yeah.
Past
Never heard of
124.
that.
The guys from Long Island, good food.
I want to try Amichis. I haven't tried Amichis.
Nah,
They're
that's
different.
fake. That's
it's just
fake
so generic
pasta.
now.
That's
Yeah.
it's in the bag. They heat it up, put it in your plate, type of thing.
Mm.
You know, for Fratelli's is good.
If you needed to find Mike, that's where he would be. is
Yes,
the
that's where Mike
Pokemon
Wright
as
is
an
right
excuse.
now.
And he's
down
using
in
the
Conyers.
Okay, so
He's down in
the way
Conyers.
Brett said that is if you're trying to find Mike, you go find him at Chuck E. Cheese, and he's gonna use the excuse. Oh, I'm here,
I'm
Pokemon.
Pokestopping.
Mike's trying to find some young, abused single female that's in there trying to use her last bit of money on her kid's happiness, and
Uh-huh.
Mike's gonna prey on that.
Oh,
Man, does
Yeah.
that sound as bad as it sounded?
that sounds horrible.
But it
Mike,
sounds true.
Mike says
Let's see.
Mike likes to pick women up at funerals because he's like, they're vulnerable.
That's like isn't that like the what is that? The wedding? What was that movie with where the guys picked up the girls at the wedding? Wedding
The
Crashers.
wedding
Wedding
crashers.
crashers.
Yeah.
And the other guy's like, I went to funerals, man.
Yeah. Mike's like, I want to catch them when they're vulnerable and they need an arm to cry on,
Oh my
or a
God.
shoulder.
That's
That's
when you-
Mike.
That's a better class of loser right there.
I didn't have to say it.
Military Mike. I'm gonna be at the funeral in Conyers.
That's right. He's going to be calling all my funeral buddies going, hey, man, can I get a listing of your events?
Yeah.
They're not events, sir. They're funerals. Yeah, whatever. Just give me a list of them. The private information. So there's not a website I can go to get a list.
Well, what you do is you cruise around and you look for the ones with all the people at it. That's when you know there's a funeral.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
And when Mike's in the moods, he's like, so I'm in the mood for Cubans. You got any Cuban funerals coming up? Because last week I was doing the
I want them
African American
Latinos.
ones.
I want the
See, I could see
Latinos.
Mike doing that.
Latinos.
That's
I
why he
could
wants
see-
to go to the funeral.
I
home
could
so
see
bad.
Mike trying to hook up with like, hey man, I need a list. When you send me that list printout, can you separate it by nationalities in case I'm in the mood for some Spanish?
And I know security and funerals.
He's going to be sending me some hate mail. I hope his headache has him sleeping and he's not going to come back to watch or read any of this.
Am I going to be able to come back on the show when he's here?
Yes.
Okay.
Anytime.
And he knows that I'm just joking.
Yes. Oh, he knows everything.
I'm sure he's a bigger guy than me because I could feel it in the chair.
You could tell. Well, you could tell. You look like you're sitting in Santa's chair, dude.
It goes in my daddy's chair.
You just sitting on the ball.
Oh,
Definitely sitting on it.
Yes, I'm sitting on it.
Well, look, we're down to just a few minutes. I would say, what's your plan this weekend, Stephanie? We know it involves getting drunk and moving people.
I'm not getting drunk.
But
if you're that drunk, you really can't move anybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Half the challenge is getting up out of the chair.
That's moving.
Drunk and bean bags, right?
Oh, yeah. That's cool. You want to see who's sober.
That's right.
Just put bean bags on the floor.
Well, we got an event tonight. Our youngest daughter has graduated high school. She gets her diploma. It's a different school situation. Okay. She actually quit school. I don't know how much you know about Salem, but it's a little violent over there. So she ended up quitting school.
That's why it's called Salem.
Yeah.
Like Salem's Lot.
Yeah, like Salem.
Yes,
Think about it.
Yeah, like a penitentiary. There's a reason there's armed people.
There's
walking
movies
around there
with the name Salem in it, where it's usually a horror.
So she went ahead to do what she had to do to be able to actually graduate and get a diploma and not a GED.
That's
so
good.
we're celebrating that tonight. And
commend her for that.
Tomorrow we were going to be doing a pool party, and everything is pointing to rain. That's what we've had. I spend weeks in 95-degree droughts trying to get the pool up. We get the pool up, and now all we have is rain. So it's kind of like, what do you do? What do you do? So that's what we're hoping is that the family is supposed to be around tomorrow, hopefully, and we get to celebrate a little bit and have some pool parties.
Sweet baby Jeebus.
Pool parties.
Yeah.
So while Steph's moving, that means we don't have to see her tomorrow. Yay. High five.
Oh. And there's the IQ meter, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, we joked about
drunk.
if you were a Superman or you had superpowers, what would your superpower be? And she chose that she would want to be able to point at people and go, "You're drunk," and you're instantly drunk.
Oh. Yeah, but you know, some people
Strange.
there's different types of drunk. See, that's the thing. Hopefully we have a minute or two.
Yeah,
Different types of drunks. There's the mad drunk, there's the happy drunk, there's the fall down drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
And
which one?
violent drunk.
So you would have to say that you're a violent drunk.
Oh no, fall down drunk.
Fall down drunk. See, that's
Yeah.
the thing. That's what you would have to do.
So that's her. She's like, "You're drunk." Okay.
Yeah.
That explains why she keeps trying to suck her fingers. She's trying to make herself drunk.
That would throw up.
I kept
Ew.
saying I would like to be invisible. Everybody's like, superpowers. I'm like, invisible, dude. Do you know the pranks I would pull if I was invisible? Holy cow. Nobody would be safe. Nobody. I would be doing stupid stuff like, you know, as you're trying to walk into the bathroom on your tile floor, I've already like squirted a little Ajax soap on there just to
You could
watch
do that
you
now.
fall.
You don't need to. You could
Yeah,
do
but
that
I
now.
want to be there watching it when it happens. You know,
I don't know.
I would be in trouble. I would be the guy laughing at you as I put the cellophane on the toilet and watch you pee on the cellophane. I would be standing in the shower giggling at you.
I don't know. I think I'd rather have like superpowers where I could read other people's minds.
Ooh, that'd be so scary.
That would
though.
be bad.
Yeah.
Because you would, you know, can
That'd
you
be
imagine
bad.
that every time that your wife smiles at you,
Oh, I know what she's
all
thinking.
these
No,
years,
no,
that was not really a smile. She's like,
you are a dumb somebody.
that's right.
Nah.
and then one day she smiles at you and gives you a little wink, and really in her mind she's like, I hope I got that insurance policy paid up because this bastard needs to die. You know?
Yep.
And she's smiling. And it's like when my wife yells at me and says, "You need to talk better to that dog." And I go, "Okay, come here, you stupid mutt. Come here, baby.
As long as you're being nice
stupid."
and it sounds good.
As long
The
as it
dog doesn't
sounds good.
care,
That's right.
you know?
So, you know, that's what worries me. If I could read minds, my wife would be smiling, and then I would actually hear what she's thinking. Like, she smiles, and all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, here comes this stupid DJ again."
See, that's the song you should start with if you read my mind.
oh,
Of
God.
that disco version one.
And
'Cause
see,
you play some good music
I-
on.
well, I try
on
to
the
play
radio.
a
You
lot.
play some good music.
Well, you know, I try to play
It's
a
all
little
over
of
the place,
everything,
and it's cool
because
it's
there's
all
so
over the
many
place.
people that go, "Man, you need to play more country." But then you got people going, "Dude, you play too much." So I have to keep it kind of where everybody gets what
It's
they
all
want.
over the place.
That's the good thing about not answering the FCC, because I'm not limited. I mean, I can go Metallica, James Brown,
Mhm.
or hell, I even have a mix of James Brown and Led
Metallica.
Zeppelin,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
cool.
and then I have a couple of stuff like that. So, all right, you guys, we're going to get out of here at 10:01.
Peace.
I got to go out here and finish making my solar heater from my pool.
Yeah.
And Stephanie's gonna go home because she got to make some stew.
Just for fun radio.
Oh, whatever. I gotta go clean up a washer and dryer that we got for my daughter last night. So yeah.
You sound so depressed.
You know,
about
when
this.
you clean a
I don't
washer,
wanna
all you have to
clean
do
it.
is put it on. If you think about it.
No, the outside.
Can I point out
They
something?
didn't have a dryer.
Stop.
vent
Let me point out something.
hose. Whatever.
How
the
old's
hell
your
that
daughter?
thing-
If the outside
How
of a
old's your
washer
daughter?
and dryer looks horrible, you got to imagine what the inside
looks like.
would have to have had. Like if the outside looks absolutely disgusting, then you go, if this was dripping on the outside, what did they put on the inside?
It's like
No,
a
it's just-
refrigerator.
It's just
Yes.
dust. It's
Just dust.
It's just dust on it. I
It's
just
a
gotta
little-
wipe it down. And my daughter is
Can I ask how it's dusty?
24 because they didn't have the dryer hose plugged into it.
So that means all that was blowing in their house.
Yes.
It's okay. It's just
Holy cow.
well, you know what dust is, and I'm gonna gross you out.
No,
to leave.
no, that's enough. It's time to go.
No, let's hear this.
No, it's dead skin cells.
She gets
Yeah.
grossed out on this stuff.
It's dead skin cells.
And you
yes.
know, when
Yes,
dogs
and
go,
other stuff.
that's just my dog's dandruff. Well, do you
That's
know what
flea
that
dirt.
is?
That's flea dirt.
That's anything that dog's rolled in.
Yeah,
and
flea
it's flea
farts.
dirt.
Like dried poop in the yard.
Mhm.
And
Oh, I
flea
hate when
poop
my dog does that.
and
Puts
dead
their head down, they
animals.
Try to watch. Gosh,
You know what sucks? Is my dog will walk up and go, and I'm going, that smell. And then I remembered the geeses have pooped in my yard.
Yep,
And I'm like, oh God, don't lick me.
yes, and you live in the lake. You live right by a lake. That's
Ugh. I don't let my dog get my face anymore, dude. It kind of grosses me out smelling that.
yummy. I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Yeah, man. You thinking some soups, calamari?
Calamari,
You know?
especially get right. I'm gonna go right to the gas station.
How about Steph? You want any green?
Let's
pea
go to the.
soup?
Let's
I'm
let's
gonna go eat my leftover chicken from
No.
last night.
let's wrap this all up in a nice little basket. Let's go to the gas station and get some sushi.
Yeah.
And, I don't eat sushi.
We can go to Chevron. I
Or
heard,
as
it,
my
I heard
better.
it's fresh.
That's high end. It's not a QT. Chevron's always high end. Or a marathon.
Yes.
Oh,
my
yes, a
God.
marathon. You go.
So
get
you're Loganville. Have you ever been to the marathon on
right there,
81?
138. Oh,
That-
81, right
that
there.
one on 81.
Yeah, they got the chicken place. That stuff's good, man.
Man, that place has been there for years, dude. I've been in that
Years.
place. I can't tell you how many times.
I always forget that it's also a hardware store.
Yeah, it's a hardware
I
store.
totally forget every.
And
single
I
time.
lived on 81 for a minute, and every time I needed something, it was just faster to go there.
Yeah.
You did pay, $1 more, but by the time I drove all the way to Home Depot, I spent that in gas. So
Yeah, now they got the Dollar General there, so I don't
Mhm.
even go that far.
Steph's like, man, that's all I want shopping. Get my beer, get my gas, give me a cheese pizza.
And got the cemetery
Oh, my-
across the street. They used to freak me out because there was lights. I didn't know
Yeah.
there were LEDs. You're like,
Yeah, people are putting
the
LEDs
first time I
up.
drove past, I was like,
Mhm.
what the heck?
Mhm.
So
Yeah, they do that,
Mhm.
man.
yes.
Yeah, my grandson, he likes sushi, but he calls it sushi.
I had a girlfriend named that.
I'm really that worries me too, but because I'm thinking in
Think
reference
about
to
it. Yes,
sushi,
that's
and
why
it's a girlfriend.
she's
We're
no,
going.
she's not my
So,
wife.
Question, Stephanie. Who takes the grandson for sushi?
And my daughter.
At the Chevron.
Is it like that's what I'm worried about? Is it
We go
real
down to the
sushi?
Chevron
It's
when
at
military Mike's there.
Tokyo. They go to Tokyo to the sushi bar that they have.
Okay.
And the
I just have to ask.
They get some sake.
Raw bass.
They get the
that's
raw
different.
bass and the sake.
Well,
they get the blowfish.
He actually seen it when we took him to the grocery store with us, and he
We're saying
said
we eating
that-
Nemo tonight.
That's right.
He said he wanted some sushi, and I was
Sushi.
like, "What?" I
Sushi.
said, "What?"
The
do you
problem
want?"
is in Stephanie's family, that could be a cousin.
I do have an Aunt Susie,
Oh,
actually.
see?
Grandma, I did some sushi in my pants.
That's exactly right.
Got to change my diaper.
So my baby, my wife starts singing to our daughter. She just makes up little baby nursery rhymes. So while my wife was Pokemon
like
hunting,
the good ones, right?
right,
Like they have
right.
now.
So my wife makes up I got a Pikachu in my pants.
A
So
poopachew.
now
It's a
Poopachew. So now the people at the daycare are like, what's your daughter keeps talking about having a Poopachew in her
got
pants?
a
Like,
Pikachu in my pants.
but that's about how that's how
got a
you know.
Pikachu in my pants.
But it's just my wife
Ring
just sings
around
to
a
her.
rosy, Pikachu is cool.
See, but my wife would just do
Ashes,
that.
Ashes, it's falling out of my pants.
I see he fits right in, which is kind of
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
You know what's really scary? Your wife's listening, and she's just going.
She's loving every second.
But your wife's
She
going.
literally said, "I would,
"Crap,
I would
there's-"
be there every day if you would let me."
See,
Literally.
and
said
see,
That
but
you
your
would?
wife's like, oh my God, my husband's not the only one. That means there's more of those.
There's a lot more.
There's a
You
lot
should-
more.
You should
than
come
you
down
know.
to my. You should come down to my baseball games. There's a whole team of them.
Oh my God, that would be funny. Now, how did you end up at Salem? Y'all just had a game? And
We usually play at American Legion and also at Newton High School, and we used to play at Salem. So those fields were packed up because it was a rainout game. We had to play down in Salem.
okay, so but you play the Conyers American Legion?
We play in the Conyers
Ah,
American
I
Legion,
had
which
to-
is
I
a
had
great
to know.
little park.
Yeah.
And of course, Newton now has that new ball field.
Right.
So we used to play at Salem and Newton, the old Newton,
Okay.
which was a hole in the wall. But it was fine.
And we got a car show at the one in Conyers. That's why I was asking, because it's like, yeah, that's the same one we do the car show at.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
American Legion.
Yep.
That's really cool. Hell
Yep. I was part of that Legion, and I just kind of let it relapse. A lot of these.
Yeah, we were going to join the
People
one.
were-
We were going to join the one on 78, but we went. I have too much time.
The one on 78, where you live,
Mhm.
you should.
Yeah,
That's the
so-
one I do tons and tons of stuff. Those cats really know how to do it. I mean,
I'm already
I can't
remember-
get Conyers to want to come into the new 2016
No.
era. Loganville at least does. That's why I helped.
I'm a member of the Knights and I'm a Mason, and I don't have time for either. So
Right.
it's like, why do I want to join another thing?
Yeah,
and not have
yeah.
time for that either?
Right, right.
Just so I can pay dues for something I don't go
Right.
to.
Well, you can at least go to that Legion too when they do
show
Friday
up. Yeah,
nights
the
and
show
stuff
up.
like that,
Yeah.
man. Because there's always something, and that's where we do the big Memorial Day
Yeah, it's kinda
event
cool.
that we do.
And every
we
single
rolled
time
out
we have
with
the
1,000
bikers there.
bikes.
The
you know?
bikers are really cool when
Yeah.
they show up, and it's really nice.
Well, now that you know me, you can come hang out, man. We do a big event there every year. Like I said, there's 1,000 of us that ride out. You know,
awesome.
so
Sounds great.
there's
We
just-
used to do the Friday night, the DJ Friday night thing up there.
With the
Like,
karaoke and
like-
stuff.
We
Yeah.
didn't do karaoke.
well, we didn't do the karaoke. We'd show up and just do
Yeah,
some
just did
DJing and
music.
have a little bit of fun with music.
And then
I
had,
just I
like-
got tired of karaoke. Like when I first got started DJing, I did karaoke by accident. Like some people said, "Oh,
Had
you got
to.
all this equipment. Why don't you come do some karaoke?" Well, I was having some fun with this bar owner, and I liked doing it, so we did it there. The problem is as the years went by, I was getting more disturbed with the people that really think they can sing,
And it's horrible.
and I got to where I couldn't look at you
And go,
and like the dude would walk up with he dressed like he was the lead singer of the Bee Gees,
nice.
the hair, the beard, the package, too tight jeans, pushed to the left. He would show up with his little Crown and Coke, or his Crown and Sprite rather, and a cigar, and he would have a drink in one hand, cigar in another hand, and go, "Oh yeah, I need a microphone." Well, what hand are you going to hold it in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he would be in the middle of singing, and I was doing it at Rudy's. This is the last time that's when I quit. At the time, the guy's singing, and he stops in the middle of singing and says, "I need you to take that down
An
to a
octave.
D so I could." And I'm just like, dude, you're drunk singing at a bike night. Just shut up
And
and
sing.
sing the song.
Plow through the song.
Nobody's listening to you.
We used to do karaoke down at the Applebee's down in Covington.
Oh yeah, my friend
And
Donna did that one for a
I think-
while.
I
think
didn't know
I
they
was-
did that.
Yeah,
I was
corporate.
one of the only white people.
Yeah.
There, but it was fun because I got all the music in which they wanted, and the same people would sing the same songs.
over.
Yeah.
and
But
over.
it just gets sometimes it's like it's 1:30. There's no one here. Why
Yes.
the hell do I have to be
Yeah.
here?
Well, I
God.
mean, the closest that
Yeah, and I remember.
do-
So you actually worked for Applebee's doing that.
Yeah, the company had we had a subcontract.
When they
with them.
first started asking us to do that, like we knew the manager of that one
Yeah.
wanting us to do it, and I'm just like, I just don't see Applebee's as the place. Well, then one of our friends, Donna, did it for a couple of weeks, and I think that's when they went to it, like with
Yeah.
you as a
called
company,
us
because
up
they
and
started doing all the Applebee's.
because they had to start paying, they had to
Yeah.
show where the money was going.
Yeah.
So they had to have a
Mm.
company. So
Right.
they had to give a check out to a company. So that's
Yes.
the way they did it. But man, I remember doing karaoke when it was on VHS.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's how long
ago
I've been
was that?
DJing. You know, it was records and VHS, and videos were on VHS too. And
Yeah.
But now it's so easy. Drag and drop it.
That is. It is.
Just download it from YouTube
Yeah.
and play it. Just
That's
make
right.
sure it's the right version.
That's
Yeah, I mean,
exactly right.
the closest he does now is the karaoke.
Yeah, we do.
That is
That's fun.
We do karaoke and kamikaze karaoke. So kamikaze karaoke, we're doing this big bikini contest at Harley, and they said, "What can we do to get people laughing?" Before I said, "Watch this." So I said, "Let's do kamikaze karaoke." They said, "How do you do that?" And I said, "You just let everybody that wants to do karaoke, you let them sign up." The girl says, "Oh, I
They
got
do
some old
not know the
Halloween."
song. Yeah.
So this girl comes in with
Yeah.
all these Halloween costumes, and I let everybody get dressed. I said, "You just pick out what you want."
Mhm.
So this one guy dressed up as a pirate. He's like 6'4".
Mm.
Another guy who's like that same size picks up some little Japanese like house coat.
Oh, it's not
All
that
these
much.
people are dressing up in these Halloween outfits. So they don't know until they see the name go across the screen. They have no idea what
They
they're
don't know
fixing to
what
sing.
That's the best way to do karaoke.
So I look
Yeah.
at this
That's the
dude
most
that's
fun.
in the little geisha girl looking thing, and I put on Kung Fu Fighting.
That's
So
right.
you have this-
China girl. You gotta play
Oh
China
yeah,
girl.
well you
That'd
got this
be awesome.
6'4" Harley beard big guy. I mean, his name was Big Chuck, and you let him
Ironically.
sing. Everybody was Kung Fu Fighting, and I mean the whole crowd is freaking
Love it.
going nuts.
And everybody
taking
has a great
pictures.
time.
Everybody had a blast.
The problem
Everybody
with
had a blast.
karaoke is people want to sing their stupid song that they think they sound good at. It's
Yeah.
the songs that you sound bad at is the ones that are fun.
Yes.
Yes.
You have to make fun of yourself when
Yes.
you sing.
You have.
So if you're
Yeah.
going to do Rocket Man from Elton John, you have to pretend you're William Shatner doing
Yes.
Rocket Man.
Yeah.
You have to do it seriously, but funny seriously.
Yeah, you have to do you have to Shatner it.
You have to do
We can't.
Rocket Man.
I hate that I sound like a hateful person when I say this, but there's nothing worse than the girl that believes she apparently
Sounds
can't
like Whitney
hear.
Houston.
Well, I was going to say Mariah. She believes she's
Whitney
Mariah Carey,
Houston,
and
Shania
it drives me
Twain,
nuts.
Martina McBride, all these ones.
And then these dudes, if
Or be
I
like,
have to sing
"Whoa."
if I have to hear another person sing "Friend in Low Places,"
Ugh.
I will be that guy in low places.
No, and the worst is down there in Conyers. They used to sing a lot of Erica Bidet, whatever her name is, because
Yeah, bidet, kind of like a
horrible-
toilet. Mm.
Yes, and they would know how to follow the song, but they just were never on key.
Right.
I don't change the
Mm.
key. I would
I
not
will
change the key
not. Yeah.
on somebody. It's like, you know what? If you can't sing it the way it's supposed to
That's
be,
fine.
then that's the reason why you
Oh,
sing
yeah,
karaoke.
you need to sing along with
Or you
what
get
you
the
know.
person who sings it like they're in church and they over sing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I can't
the
stand
Best.
Yeah.
And they keep the microphone right there. And they don't pull it away from themselves because they have a strong voice, but
Yeah.
they're screaming.
Yes, I can't make people
Oh.
understand when you get louder back off the mic. I
Nice.
can't understand.
that. But
And how about
another-
the fact too, like we do events or whatever, somebody holds the microphone kind of under their throat to
Yeah.
talk, and I can't get them to hold it. I'm like,
Yeah,
pretend it's an ice cream
That's
cone.
what I tell them. I tell them
Put it
it's
in
a
front of your
bullhorn.
mouth.
And I actually show them, like right before the toast.
Yes.
I put the microphone down and I talk to them. He said, notice how you can't hear me?
Yes.
I said, watch. I said, and ladies
Yep.
and gentlemen, we're going to do the toast now.
Yep.
And the microphone's up here and they go, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. You
And yet
duh.
they
It's
do
a
it anyways.
microphone.
So I bought this mic. It's real cheesy. It's $24. It has a flexible end. It actually would plug into your board
Nice.
so that you could
Oh, yeah,
stand up and just talk.
Yeah, the gooseneck.
Yes, but what I like about it is I hardline it, and it almost looks like Bob from The Price is Right.
Nice.
But the benefit
Dun, dun,
is
dun,
when they're
dun.
holding the bottom at their chest, it actually puts the mic in front of their
Microphone
mouth,
right
and then I trick them into
That's
talking.
like the best microphone. I've always
I
wanted
just
to get
talk
one
them
like
into
that.
it. You know, I trick them into believing it's the way to talk on a mic.
But another thing that we did it at the drag show, and it was really, really fun. We did the lip sync battle.
Yes,
Oh
lip
yeah,
sync
that
contest.
was awesome.
Yeah.
At first, nobody wanted to sign up.
Being
Oh.
stupid is easier than trying to
Yeah.
be serious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Stephanie
then,
People
does
are
it
afraid.
every day.
People are afraid to be
and that
stupid.
was
They don't
actually
realize
my
that's what
idea to
people
do
want.
it.
Don't even say it was your idea.
It was.
We've talked about doing air guitar for years.
That wasn't air guitar though. That
Same
was lip sync
principle, woman.
battle.
The same principle.
It was mine.
I love how you think your idea. You watched it off a
was.
television show. It's not
then
your
I
idea.
It was on
Yeah.
MTV.
Yeah,
No,
how do you?
Actually, it was
MTV
on Spike.
No.
But it's not
Yes.
your
No,
idea.
It was on MTV first. The lip sync battle.
I'm just talking
Yes.
about the
Real
LL
MTV,
Cool J one,
which
the one
is
that matters.
the one that matters.
And this is what we put up with. It was my idea. I saw it on TV.
Yes, and then I said it to you, and we did it, and it went off.
Stephanie, honey,
Great.
if you need this to highlight your day, if you need this, it was my
That
idea.
highlighted my
It's-
year. What are you
Okay,
talking
well then you
about?
deserve it.
We went down from 5 viewers to
Exactly.
3 viewers. I think we're getting worse.
It's at 10 o'clock. Let's get out of here, you guys. Everybody have a great day. We will
Peace.
see you on the flip side. Make sure all you guys that are listening, go back, watch the YouTube tonight, get a good laugh because you're
Yes.
going to see stupidity at its finest.
Have
Mm.
fun this weekend. Stay out of trouble, or if you do get in trouble, say you did it just for fun.
And don't do
Ooh.
anything that Stephanie would do,
Just for fun radio.
which means
I'm
no kissing your
behaving
cousin, no
this-
Copenhagen,
I'm
no
behaving this
making out
weekend.
with your brother's
and
uncle's
I'm
cousin.
friends and low
I'm behaving this
places.
weekend. I've got too much crap to do.
I ain't gonna hug
So
you
I
like
will
this.
not see one drunk video this weekend.
not a drunk video. You might see a stupid video
A
because
stupid
Pretty
drunk
much
video.
almost the same thing.
no, because we're moving
Oxymoron.
stuff.
Look what
from-
I can do.
Yeah.
We're moving stuff from Conyers to Kennesaw, so I can only imagine.
There's drinking between destination 1 and 2.
So is
Not
it?
when I'm driving.
Is this right where Conyers and Kennesaw? Oh, going Conyers and Kennesaw. I thought you said Covington. Forget it.
no,
No.
Kennesaw.
I was going to say,
way
funny. Are
up
you moving
north.
next door?
yeah, that's well, she has done that, right?
Yeah, I have done that.
All right, you
Is it
guys.
history?
Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Thanks for Lou coming in, dude. Anytime, anytime you
Let me
have
know.
a day to just put it this way, if you have a bad day and go, man, I got to go pop the cap and
Listen.
release, come here.
Don't tell my wife though, because I'll be here every day.
She'll be trying to put you a pop up tent in the back.
Don't go work out. Go on the radio.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you very much for coming in. It adds to
Yeah.
excitement, and you definitely fit in because we are just stupid radio. We try to keep people laughing, and a lot of people go, man, I've been listening all morning. Y'all did 100 conversations. Well, for the people that only got to listen for 20 minutes, they only got to hear 2 conversations.
much.
So you
Exactly.
it gets boring if we do the same thing for an hour. We found that out trying to talk about Trump stuff. People got so bored with that.
It's repetitive and boring. And
Yeah.
I'm sure we can come up with other funny things. to
That's
talk
right.
about.
Steph, anything else?
Wow, I'm
No,
getting
what's
a lot of
going
now people from Just for Fun Radio are friending me.
Friending you.
Oh,
that
yes,
happens.
Of course.
That
That's no
happens.
problem. So let's vote, people. If you want me back, you gotta tell them Lou's got to come back. If I
Yeah.
get 10, I'll do
Replace
this.
Mike with Lou.
How about this? How about this? No, not replace Mike. If you
No,
get
it's a
if you
joke.
get 10 people on your website, 10 different
Yeah.
people on your website say Lou's got to come back, I'll come back.
Did you hear what happened the last time something like that got said?
No.
Mike sat there and said, if 5 people tell me to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, but
And
I'm just
5
gonna come
people
back on
called
radio.
in.
I'm just
The dare was, did you ever see the movie Striptease? Burt Reynolds, Demi Moore?
it was
There was
there was only one good part, and there wasn't any.
right. So I always make the crack of, that's just about as bad as when Burt Reynolds rubbed Vaseline on his chest. And Mike said, no, it was baby oil. Well,
Mhm.
everybody starts chiming in going, no, it was Vaseline.
Yeah.
So
it's
Mike
Vaseline.
made a bet / a dare that if 5 people called in and told him to, that he would rub Vaseline on this dude that was here's arms and shoulders. And Mike had to lube up Vaseline and stroke the dude's arms.
Sweet. That's the
Yeah, 'cause
horrible
he was
because
in
I've seen
his
Mike
when-
on the webcam
And he actually said, I'm aroused while he was doing this.
at Chuck
Yeah.
E. Cheese.
No, right there.
Right here.
You know,
Yes, we're going to get out of here, you guys. We love you guys.
Peace.
Anytime Lou wants to come in, offers there, man, come on in. And everybody have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing everything that we do. Thanks for letting us make you spit your coffee all over your dash. You're probably not happy about that right now, but you were laughing at the time you did
yes.
Yes.
So we'll see y'all guys on the flip side. Take care.
Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right,
for
bye on video, you guys.
bye on video,
Bye,
guys.
y'all.